welcome to GGK Presents Tabletop Tuesdays Squire Squad Edition. Woo! It has been a while as I look over my notes and see the last time we played was the middle of October, so it's been a month and a half since we've been able to get everyone together. But hopefully you're used to that by now with Tabletop Tuesdays. We are glad you're here with us tonight. And let's talk a bit about what's going on here at GGK this week. You just saw our intro video, which tells you a bunch of what we do. We have a whole bunch of tabletop games that we play pretty much every night of the week. Usually we've got something going on every night except Wednesday. But this week, we've got a slight alteration. We do actually have something tomorrow night on Wednesday. We will be doing, I guess, is it going to be Wednesday night Star Power this week, or are y'all still going to call it Saturday night Star Power on Wednesday?
I have no idea.
Yeah, so we'll see. Star Power is happening tomorrow because it can't happen this Saturday for reasons, and if it didn't happen tomorrow, it wouldn't happen until January. So we're gonna be doing that, so you should come check that out for Fate in a Jujutsu Kaisen / JoJo Bizarre's Adventure World. They got lots of stuff going on there. Let me take a sip of my water.
Chewbacca.
Water. It's the quenchiest. Let's see. Next up on Thursday, we've got something exciting. We've got a session 0 for our new Thirsty Thursday slot game. Season 3 is going to be called Elegant Creatures, and we will be playing a mixture of Urban Shadows 2nd edition and still some aspects of Good Society, because we love the system and it's got lots of good stuff, but changing things up a bit, smashing them two together, going to be very exciting. And for session 0, we will be playing a shortened version of The Quiet Year to do some world building. So you should come check that out. Also, I know we've announced it on other shows before, but we will be having a new regular cast member in that slot. So you should come see Wally, who will be joining us on Thursdays for the foreseeable future. So there's that. Friday should be Neon Souls as usual. Saturday isn't going to be Saturday night Star Power because they're playing on Wednesday. And then is Slain happening on Sunday?
Yeah, they're doing the other Saturday nights on Saturday night. And then they're also doing... No, because this is supposed to be a Mistborn week, right?
Yes. Okay, I'm looking at my calendar now. I forgot that because I'm in the Mistborn game. So this Saturday will be Mistborn. Yes. Okay.
And then Slain, yes.
Yes. Okay. Gotcha. I understand things now. So Saturday will be Mistborn, Sunday will be Slain, and then Monday should be back for the Forgotten, which is Savannah running a bunch of people through Horde of the Dragon Queen in D&D 5e. I hear it's basically a horny dragon road trip. They have slept with multiple evil half-dragons. I mean, what do you expect from this channel, really? But you should tune in on Mondays to see them continue that adventure. And then next Tuesday, we should be back with this, probably with the Burbs. I think that's it for our scheduling for tonight. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. Starting with David, please.
Yeah, David. I'm going to be playing Kevin / Chrysalis tonight from the Transformed playbook. And yeah, GM next Tuesday for the Burbs. But yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm LB. I'm next. I know that. Because I'm looking at the screen right now. I'm playing Subrina, aka Corvid. She's the outsider. You can find me at LB Hackemup on the Twitters and the Twitches. Next up is Tyler.
Hi everyone, my name's Tyler, at Frothy Inferno on Twitter. You can tonight I'll be playing Flynt, aka the Silver Wolf, who is the Bull playbook.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com or at Danae Keener on Twitter. I'm going to be playing as Chloe tonight, who is the Doomed playbook.
And I'm Alex, OMG, it's some guy on the internet, and I'm running the show tonight. Or trying to. We'll see how things go. So, as it has been a month and a half since we last played, we should do a bit of a recap. So, previously on the Squire squad, the school year is winding to a close. Y'all are juniors at your high school. It's finals week. You're struggling through it. Some of you struggling more than others, but you survived and you're into summer. You reported into Paladin's HQ one day to find that one of your sometimes mentors, the Mouseketeer, had come to your group with a bit of a request. Accompanying him was another hero, a feminine figure with black ears and a foxtail, going by the hero named Kitsune. This was Miku, a protege of the Mouseketeer, who asked if you would let her join your team for the time being. You did. You welcomed her in. And of course, the obligatory welcome of Froyo. Took her to Froyo, your go-to spot, your consideration. While there, you all got to know each other a bit. Kevin was actually Kevin was there. Because I'm seeing that Chloe offered to buy Kevin Froyo before remembering he doesn't eat. But you were hanging out at Froyo, getting to know each other when some bugs started to show up and talk to you all. Some of you remembered your acquaintance, Hive Mind. Some of you, it was your first time meeting this entity that seems to control and communicate via bugs. You all got to talking, then you went over to Subrina's to binge watch some teen shows, teach Miku, who has an interesting background, partial android, didn't have too much in the way of teenage experience, but did confirm she is technically dateable. So that puts your minds at ease on that point.
Ethically dateable.
Yes, ethically dateable. Gosh, I'm just looking at some of my notes now. Subrina checked on her message machine to see what message is coming from her home planet, as she had previously established contact, but due to the distances and even with wormholes and some FTL technology, it was still taking a while for the messages to load. Flynt and Kevin were cuddling in their sleep as everyone had the sleepover, and Subrina made everyone breakfast. Throughout all this, as we ended the school year and went into the summer, the Paladins were still investigating Flynt's cousin Reggie, who had surrendered and agreed to turn state's evidence, essentially. And so they were investigating that information. During this time, Flynt kept getting requests to meet and converse with his grandfather, Cornelius, the head of the Silverhound family, which Flynt kept avoiding, largely by staying at Sabrina's house, as the two of them are now dating. Chloe, during this time, has been moonlighting an awful lot, doing her own hero work, but being careful not to get caught. She's also been trying to study and research into her own medical condition, but hasn't made too much progress on that just yet. Finally, Subrina gets the message from her parents back home, and sends an update to the rest of the crew, or sends updates back home and tells everyone in the squad about what's going on. She also got a job at the mall at Hot Topic, because of course. throughout the summer, Miku was hanging out with whoever was free, showing up at the mall a lot, especially when Sabrina was working, because she wants to try all the teen styles, but mostly stuck with her all-black ensemble. As you all spent time with her, the more obvious it became that she had some memory problems. Miku also was very into vaping and tried to get Chloe into vaping as well. I don't know how successful that endeavor was. Let's see. This next bit, gosh, this is why you should play more often than a month and a half, because you look at your notes and it's like, I guess this happened. I mean, why would I write something that didn't happen? Chloe got awkward around Miku because she doesn't want to date Miku, but does realize she perhaps liked her. Miku picked up on this and tried to apologize to Chloe about it, saying that she doesn't want to date anyone, but because they're both teenagers, of course, it was horribly awkward on all sides. As there is, during this, there was more escalating evidence of villainous activity within the city. Some of the various groups that you had been made aware of, such as the Warehouse, Whisper, and the Foundry, had been amping up their activity because there had been concerns that Mr. Master, the most dangerous villain out there, had been steadily moving northwest across the United States, closer to Port Arbor. And presumably the other villainous groups were trying to prepare for his potential arrival. Flynt sat in on some of Reggie's interrogations, learned a bit about what that was like and some security protocols for that going on. Subrina, seeing some of the warehouses' drones flying around the city, knowing that they make use of alien technology, attempted to capture one, and she did, handing it over to the Paladins. And that is how you all learn that Warehouse is establishing a surveillance network over the city. Things are continuing in that vein until one day, just seemingly out of nowhere, villains are attacking all over the city. It doesn't seem like they're coordinated efforts, other than the coincidence that they are happening at the same time. And so you all are tasked to head out in the Kirby Craft and fly around on patrol to help out where needed. It isn't too long until you are flying around and find out that one villain in particular, the Milkmaid, has been rampaging through the city, starting at a dairy farm on the outskirts of town and heading into the city. The attack, she then attacked an ice cream place, Uptown Swirl, and based on the triangulation, she was heading next for Froyo Consideration. Not wanting to let your favorite Froyo spot be in danger, you all rallied to defend it and managed to successfully fight off the Milkmaid's attack. However, as you all returned to Paladin's HQ, you were met in the garage by a somber Athenis who had some news for Flynt. She showed him some security footage revealing that during this time when all the villains were attacking, the security transport that held Reggie in it as he was on his way to and from the courthouse for legal proceedings had been attacked by Mr. Master, a glowing purple figure who can seemingly appear out of nowhere, who, in the video, vaporized Flynt's guards before Reggie's guards before vaporizing Reggie himself. Athenis urged you all to be cautious, but felt it important that you know this happened. And as you all decided what to do next, your new companion Miku announced that she was going to go out on patrol herself and that she would be in touch later. Unbeknownst to the rest of you, she was meeting an individual known as Dr. Hibble, one of the scientists responsible for her creation at an abandoned warehouse. He was clearly nervous, and the reason for that was soon made evident as, stepping into view, Mr. Master showed up and asked Miku, well, little kit, what do you have to tell us? So that is what happened last time. It has been just a day since the milkmaid's attack. You all are still recovering. Flynt, perhaps you are, or we'll get to how you are handling the news of Reggie's death shortly, because we actually begin tonight's session elsewhere, away from any of the Squire squad in question. We find ourselves in a dressing room where Cornelius Silverhound is being tended to prepare for a short TV appearance. He's getting the finishing touches on his makeup done, his hair styled, when he dismisses all his attendants, telling them that he would like to take a few minutes to compose himself, review his notes. They, of course, comply, leaving him alone in the changing room. And it isn't too long after that, with Cornelius looking into the mirror, when a purple humanoid figure comes into being behind him. Cornelius attempts to lock eyes with the figure in the mirror, but of course Mr. Master has just a blank, featureless face, no eyes to lock with. He says, "You could have handled this more smoothly, you know." Mr. Master, in their faint, echoey, ephemeral voice, replies, "Careful, Cornelius. You've already been quite demanding. You know that's not how I do business." And before Cornelius can even react, Mr. Master is moving closer, just about ready to cup Cornelius's chin. Not actually touching him, but very close. Cornelius swallows carefully. "Yes, of course, my apologies. Now, you'll have the necessary funds transferred as agreed upon." Yes. However, as you've been so demanding, Cornelius, I have demands of my own." Cornelius splutters a bit, but seeing the situation he is in, settles himself. "And what are these new demands?" "The entire Silverhound family is to leave Port Arbor." Cornelius starts objecting again, but Mr. Master presses on. "Now, I'm not entirely unreasonable. I'll give you until the end of the month. If any Silverhounds still reside here, I'll either reveal all your dirty laundry to the public, or systematically kill each and every one of your family members. I haven't decided yet. Goodbye, Cornelius. Pleasure doing business with you." And just like that, Mr. Master is no longer in the room. Cornelius takes some time to compose himself, perhaps longer than he initially intended, then steps out of the dressing room and down a short hallway. He passes by some production assistants who speak softly into their headsets. Cornelius pauses in front of one final door, adjusts his suit and tie, and the PA opens the door as he steps out onto a small stage, immediately besieged by reporters clamoring for his attention and cameras flashing in his face. He steps up to a podium and clears his throat, the reporters quieting down. "Thank you all for coming to this press conference at such short notice, especially as I will be brief. What happened to Reginald Silverhound and his security escort is a tragedy. Please know that I have provided for the family members of his guards that were unfortunate victims in this tragedy, and I have also donated a moderate sum of money to the Paladins, and they will have our family's full cooperation in this matter. However, I ask that you, the public, please allow me and my family the time and space to mourn. Thank you." He turns to leave, and the reporters immediately begin clamoring again, trying to ask him questions. One in particular appears to say something that catches Cornelius's attention to the point that he stops, turns around, and returns to the podium. His voice is icy cold as he says, "What did you say, madam?" His gaze clearly singling out one reporter in the crowd. The other reporters sit, revealing one lone woman who stands her ground. Tasha Adams, the Arbor Report. How do you respond to accusations that Reginald's death benefits you because he can no longer testify against your family's illegal dealings? The room goes silent except for the click of the camera's flashes. Cornelius clenches his jaw for a moment before responding. Rumors of any wrongdoing on my family's part are, of course, absurd, and even more so, appalling to insinuate given our family's tragedy. How dare you? Who is your source for these ridiculous rumors? The reporter, Tasha, smirks. The reporter doesn't reveal her sources. She seems content to let the matter rest as the other reporters jump at the chance to ask follow-up questions, but Cornelius quickly leaves the stage. So, it has been a day since the Milkmaid's attack. Where do we find the rest of the squad, or any of you watching this press conference?
What time of day is it?
We'll say that it's shortly before noon. Cornelius didn't want to let too much time go without this being addressed.
It's the next day, right?
Yes.
I mean, I'm assuming given the news, Flynt is kind of, obligated to go home and see his parents. So I'm assuming that's where he is during the press conference.
Yep. And so it is probably playing on a TV somewhere in the house. Your small family unit's house, which is still a very large house, but your parents are actually running around packing things, and one of them will stop to tell you, your dad, because I want to have this conversation understandable for the audience. Your mother chimes in with her barks and growls, but your father tells you, Flynt, son, we've been told by your grandpa that the whole family, the entire family, will be leaving Port Arbor. He only just told us. He just texted us as he left the stage, I guess. But this is rather sudden, of course. But it's what we need to do. So you'll need to pack your things, or get started. We apparently have until the end of the month, but your mother and I agreed we'd prefer to be gone sooner rather than later.
This news is sudden and difficult for Flynt to process, and he's still kind of processing everything, so he just kind of lets it hit him before finally responding. Yeah, okay, Dad. I'll get right to it. And goes upstairs to start packing his stuff, but then hops out the window and leaves.
All right.
And I guess I'm going to. That's good. He'll probably go to Chloe's first. What's everybody else doing?
Subrina is at work. She is organizing t-shirts at the Hot Topic. She has put on K-pop. And depending on the time period, everyone is upset by this.
I don't know enough about K-pop to make an informed opinion one way or the other.
It's Ego! He's the best!
Oh yeah, I'm so mad I missed him when he was here, but I guess he wasn't doing any concerts?
No, I guess not. I don't know. I didn't even know he was in town. Hides all the pictures on her phone of her and Ego.
Yeah, I think there's one, maybe not in Hot Topic itself, but you see in a TV out in the main thoroughfare of the mall, an information thing that you see, Cornelius Silverhound press conference statement on nephew's untimely demise, and so you get the gist of it, and you probably even get like an alert pushed to your phone, just from Twitter or whatever. I forget if we've come up with our own social media in this universe.
We'll do it later. What's Kevin doing?
So I just like no-showed to help with the milkmaid, right?
Yes, something was going on. You were unfortunately not in. I guess.
I mean, there were villains attacking all over the city. I think he got roped into wherever he happened to be.
Yeah.
I'm thinking someone could have attacked my house since my dad had been a superhero before he pieced out. Maybe one of his old nemesis or something.
So like, aha, now that you're old and crusty, I'm gonna come in here and fuck you up. And then it was like, I'm a floating bug. What do you
No.
But yes,
this isn't knockoff Iron Man.
Yeah, as you were visiting an old friend who was recently returned to town, you got caught up in a villain attack of your own, and so were unable to join the team. But they have certainly someone texted you last night to tell you what happened with their adventures and with Reggie in particular.
Okay. I'm probably cleaning up my house and just had the TV on, so I saw the news conference. But yeah, I don't know. I probably have it clean enough, and now I'm like, maybe I should go to find them and check and see that everyone's okay. So I guess I'll go to Hot Topic. That's the only place I feel like it wouldn't be super weird for me to show up at.
I always know when you come in because you set off the alarm.
Yeah, because I mean, Fro, your consideration is unfortunately closed for a couple days as they deal with the attack, and with you all dumping out most of their stock into the sewers.
Hey, it was fine.
Yeah. So
Paladins will cover the damage.
It's fine.
I mean, sorta, yeah. That's part of what the paladins do. But anyway, so the first to convene, or we'll say that this probably happens at roughly the same time of Kevin getting to Hot Topic and Flynt getting to Chloe's. Let's start with Flynt and Chloe.
Well, what's Chloe up to? Is she?
I want to imagine that Flynt climbs in Chloe. Would he climb in her window?
Yeah, that's like the thing he does, right?
Yeah, okay. So he climbs in her window and it's empty. And then like a few moments later, she also climbs in through her window.
I expect he climbs in the window, like not even like looking around, like just sulking, and then realizes no one's immediately comforting him and like starts looking around like
baby.
Where? No. And then she climbs in the window.
Yeah, like, and there's just that like slithering noise of her hemlock costume receding. Hey Flynt, what's going on?
It's gonna like hug you, like Chloe.
Okay, I see. Pat.
Things aren't great.
Okay. I didn't know you were that close with your cousin.
Well, no. I mean, yeah, that's also sad. But Dad says we're gonna have to move again.
Why?
Well, I don't know. He says Grandpa said that everyone's moving, so we're moving too, and I don't even know where we're moving to. And like how am I gonna make new friends at a new school? It sucks.
You'll make friends, I promise. But you said it's because of your grandpa?
Well, yeah, that's what Dad said. I don't know.
Oh, he's definitely up to something. she's going to like continue hugging him and comforting him, but she's gonna pull out her phone like all business and like text the others.
And you will also feel your phone buzz as Chloe does this, unless you are
Silverhound.
specifically doing the just to the others.
Yeah, just like Grandpa Silverhound up to something. Making Flynt move.
Flynt is just like putting way too much of his body weight on her too. Just like bemoaning so many different things.
There's just the slithering sound of vines as she like tripods some plants into the ground to help keep her upright.
Help withstand the weight. Big dumb dog puts all of his weight on you.
Yep, exactly. I'm sorry, Flynt. We'll get to the bottom of this. I promise.
Okay. Thanks, Chloe. You're a good friend.
Thank you, Flynt. She pulls open a drawer and hands him a bag of jerky.
Starts nodding without thinking.
They hang out and like wait for any responses from the others. I don't know if they want to come over and talk about this.
So meanwhile, at Hot Topic, you two are just meeting up as this text comes through.
Hey!
Hey, so you had an interesting time last night, it seems.
Yeah, I've been worried about you. Where have you been? Sorry, I forgot you were gone for a second there. That was LB, not Subrina. Where have you been?
So, was visiting a friend, got back into town, and yeah, the whole craziness. Someone attacked my house, so that
Is your
was
dad
I've been
okay?
cleaning up. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a few years, so
Oh. I'm so sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, it's fine. I get how that could happen. So
We have a lot of family problems in our group, don't we?
and I mean I don't talk about it a lot, so I
Yeah.
get it. But yeah, so we're it's all right over there. It
Okay.
didn't do too much damage. But just coming to see if you knew. I don't know. Felt weird texting about this stuff to the group
Yeah,
with
Yeah.
Flint's cousin and everything. So
yeah. It really shook him up. I'm kind of worried about him. But I saw that his grandpa made like a statement about something.
yeah, I was watching that. Seems like some real shenanigans. Whatever's
Yeah.
going on.
I don't like it. So, but I don't know how much we can do about it.
I don't know.
Looks at the text from Chloe. What do you mean Flint's dad's or grandpa's up to stuff? We're sure he's a bad guy? We're not just guessing?
I mean, we got some pretty bad vibes from him before.
Didn't you guys like literally read his mind and hear him just like plotting?
Yeah, villainously. Villainously.
Mhm.
Well, what are we gonna do about it?
IDK. Tell the paladins? Question mark.
Is Flint okay with that? Question mark?
Telling the paladins or moving? Because definitely not moving. He's crying right now. A
What
lot.
about moving? Question mark? Exclamation mark? Question mark?
Oh,
I'll just say it was in the first text. Chloe said that it was.
Oh, hey, Kevin. Haven't seen you in a while.
I just said it out loud since I'm in the same room
Oh.
and reading the text as they appear.
We A separate text to Flynt. You're moving?
He's
Remember,
busy
he only
crying.
Remember, he only communicates via emojis.
Oh,
I
right,
know.
right.
Yeah, he's still. I guess he's getting comforted by the jerky now. But he'll eventually like pull out his phone.
I thought you were gonna call Chloe a jerk.
Yeah, I'm getting comforted by the jerky and the jerk. What did Sabrina text? You're moving ? Exclamation point.
Yes.
Let's see. Crying face, thumbs down, city, arrow, airplane, countryside. Sad face again.
She puts down her phone. Gareth! She yells to her manager.
Yeah, as this not much older than you goth kid steps out from the back room.
Gareth, I have to leave right now.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
You're gonna be back later or nah?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Bye, Gareth.
Goodbye. No, Google, I'm not talking to you. Shut up, go away.
Is that Alex or Gareth?
That was me. It heard okay, cool, and thought I was saying okay, Google. It's like back when I had an iPhone and I would talk about armor class and say AC, and it thought I was saying hey Siri.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
Alright, let's go. We need to wait, where are you guys? The group?
My place.
I'm bringing Kevin.
Emoji.
Emoji of vines.
Yeah. We both send the same emoji at the same
Yeah.
time.
I'm bringing Kevin.
Oh, cool,
Thumbs
I haven't
up, question mark, bug, like world, and then question mark again.
Ah.
Where's Kevin been?
It's like a game of Pictionary.
I know. She just I'll explain later.
Thumbs up, crying emoji.
I'll just text back. A villain attacked my house last night. Sorry, was busy with that.
That's rough, buddy.
Like ant, and then like the muscle, but like it's the metal muscle thing, and then a check mark. He's
I
doing
love-
this all with like he's curled up on the floor of Chloe's room. There's a bag of jerky in front of him. He's in wolf form at this point because he's
Aw.
sad. He's like texting these emojis and like just like pulling bits of jerky out of the bag.
My parents know he's a hero.
How could they not?
Uh,
I don't know.
I'm gonna have a blanket ready to just throw over him if the door
Okay.
opens.
Yeah, because they definitely don't know about Chloe being a
Mhm.
hero, but I guess that's a question of how much you would have tried to hide this over your, many years long friendship.
I mean, they might not know that he's a hero, but they probably know that he's some form of werewolf just based
Right.
off of the family.
Right. Because
Yeah.
one time I threw a frisbee and he just went.
Yeah.
Also, like everyone's seen his mom, so like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
On
So
the
even
way-
if they walked in and were surprised, they're all like, "Oh well, no, this tracks because mom."
oh right, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
we'll grab
and in
snacks
fact-
on the way over.
Yeah. We'll say that, one of your parents, Chloe, comes up and knocks on the door saying, honey, it's lunchtime. What do you want?
The usual.
Do you have soup?
Flynt's here.
I could
Oh,
use soup.
What? Hi, Flynt. I think we have soup.
Chloe
Honey,
gives him
do we have
eyes.
soup?
Like.
No,
fucking
honey, you have to go to
dumbass.
the soup store. Oh, I hate the soup store. I always get lost there. Well, I can go, honey. Thank you, honey.
It's all soup.
It's the gardeners in their natural environment.
Okay, honey. Lunch will be ready as soon as your father gets back from the soup store.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you, Mrs. Chloe's mom.
You kids want some water, or I'll just leave you to it.
No,
And
I'm
then
good, Mom. I'm all
Footsteps
settled.
walking away.
Just sort of like shakes her water bottle, which is like enormous.
Mm-hmm.
She like looks over at Flynt. You want some water or?
Reaches out a paw.
Yeah, she hands him.
Glug, 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 glug.
Yeah.
Maybe he also does like the lapping thing while he's just pouring it in his mouth,
Aw.
so it kind of goes everywhere.
Baby.
Is Flint pitiful enough yet? Am I self-inserting too much?
I mean, that's up to you and your threshold for self-insert.
You weren't already?
Pity me. Thank you.
All right, so we'll say the other half of the squad gets there. Your dad is not yet back. Do you two also just fly up to Chloe's window, or do you go through the front door?
Front door.
I fly up.
Sabrina's the only responsible person here.
I've seen lots of shows. What's your
Right,
last
yeah.
name, Chloe?
Gartner.
Gartner.
Yeah.
I rang the doorbell.
It's well, because I think you're in an apartment building, right? So,
Yeah, so it's like-
you know,
I knock on the door.
yeah. So you get buzzed in at the intercom. You find your way up. Meanwhile, there's a loud as Kevin like lands on your windowsill or fire escape or whatever it is you have.
Pushes open the window. That was real subtle, Kevin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can he fit through the windows, or does he kind of have to just like peek in?
Just perch out there.
Yeah.
And just float outside the window.
Yeah, I'll just leave the window open.
And so, Sabrina, you are shown in, or well, Chloe, your mom knocks. Honey, Sabrina's here.
All right, cool, Mom. Open the door.
Hi.
Sort of usher Sabrina in, and then
Thanks, Miss
Close it.
Gardner.
just sort of gesture to
Oh,
the puppy puddle on the floor.
Pookie.
Not- That sounded gross.
Hi guys.
Sabrina like goes down and like places his head in her lap and like sits cross-legged on the ground and is petting his hair, and she pulls out some snacks that she brought and just puts them in front of his nose.
At that point, like he had already eaten all the jerky, so like the bag of jerky was like stuck on his face. You know, like shakes it off, and like looks at you, and it's like, my parents have to move away.
Are you sure you have to?
Well, maybe, I don't know.
I mean, if you don't want to move, you don't have to. You could come, like, I mean, you could stay with Chloe, or you could stay with me if you wanted to. I don't know if we're at that part of our relationship.
When you say you can stay with Chloe, Chloe shakes her head.
You know, you could probably stay at my place. You're already in like, you know, AI like security protocol stuff, so you're not treated as a hostel at the house. So I don't think there's any problems if you stay there long term.
It's like, what? Just giving you a blank stare, like, what does that even mean?
I don't know. It's a lot of leftover stuff from my dad. So It's kind of
Been
into
gone for many
technology.
years. We all remember.
Yeah,
We all remember that information.
y'all have been at Kevin's place a few times, which is notably absent of parental figures aside from the house AI, which probably sometimes has like a parent protocol that it runs, but you've also probably figured out how to deactivate that when you don't want it or need it.
Yeah, I'm pretty self-sufficient.
Chloe is just shaking her head. She just sort of like leans down next to Flynt and puts a hand on his head, placatingly, and says, "Guys, I've already been through this once before. What Grandpa Silverhound wants, Grandpa Silverhound gets. If he says go, he goes."
Can we just arrest him?
I mean, if we want him to stay, that sounds like what we've got to do.
I like that plan.
Flint's gonna like finally sit up and like start wiping his face and like, well, it's like more than that though, because like Dad doesn't really always want to do what Grandpa says, and like we've been settled in here, and like we're very immediate about it, so it seems serious. I don't know. Like, can we talk to the Paladins about it?
Absolutely, sure.
I guess I'd have to get transferred anyway. So, like, is that something I have to report?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, almost certainly.
Do you
Yeah,
think
unless
you're
you're
in
just
danger?
quitting.
Yeah.
It
Do you
seems
think you're
really
in danger?
no. Why?
Well, I don't know. Why else do you have to move so suddenly?
I guess I really didn't think about it. I mean, something's up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like the Grandpa's house has been in the family for generations, so like just to leave it, I don't know.
Well, and so you guys, you texted me that your cousin was killed by Mr. Master.
Oh yeah, I mean, the big purple glowing guy. I always forget his name.
Yeah, so I mean, like, feel like if he's involved in your cousin's stuff,
It's pretty
And-
serious.
like there's something serious going on, and it at least peripherally involves your family. Maybe they just want to move to, in case he's after your family or targeting something like that. I don't know if you can really get away from him though, because he just shows up places.
That would be really bad.
But if
Mr.
you move
Master isn't
away,
after you, is he?
Not
That's-
that I know of.
Pats his snoot.
Well, I don't necessarily mean to say like for sure he is, but like maybe they're just being cautious.
but if you move away, we can't protect you.
Sorry, just choked on a lot of water there.
Flint, don't. Remember, you have
He
to
just
breathe.
Drank a bunch of water all at once. Ugly dog coughing noises.
He's just yakking on a bone, Clark. 'Tis the season.
Well, regardless, I guess we should probably talk to the Paladins about it, because even if Mr. Master is involved, or my family is involved with that guy, then like something's got to be done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can go in today. Do you want to
I
do
mean,
that?
I don't have any other plans. I don't feel like packing yet.
Okay. This is a good idea.
And hey, maybe some paladin work will cheer you up.
What all snacks did you bring?
Probably some of his favorites, whatever those may be.
Well, Hopefully nothing with
Sabrina would
chocolate
know.
in it.
No, of course not. I'm not an idiot. Or grapes.
Because me personally was like, some chocolate sounds good right now.
Mm.
Support chocolate. No.
Can
Anyway, he's
Flint
just
can
munching.
Flint eat chocolate, and it's just the silver wolf who can't eat chocolate. Is it a thing of when you're in your wolf form, you can't eat it?
He has to go out of wolf form and like, ow.
He's got a chocolate intolerance. Like we've got an EpiPen for it and everything. We can't do it.
Is it a
Yeah.
silver tipped EpiPen, just in case?
Silver to the thigh, blue to the sky.
Wonderful,
Alright.
beautiful, perfect. Yes, we I guess we depart without letting Chloe get lunch and Flint some soup.
Do you at least tell your mother that you are heading out?
Sabrina will
Um,
if Chloe doesn't.
Yeah, I think she will. I think she'll actually come out and talk to her parents face to face rather than shouting through a door.
Yeah, your
Uh,
father is just getting home with many cans of soup because he was not told
Aw.
what kind of soup, so he got several varieties.
Just say, "Thanks, Dad. I'm gonna go out with my friends. I'll have soup when I get back." Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, enjoy.
Yep. Hug, pat, leave.
You-
Sabrina
as-
peeks her head out as she's like, he's talking about the soup, and she goes, "Did you go to Soupsperia?"
Oh yeah, you know they've got the best selection.
Awesome! I love that place.
Oh, I can't. I always get lost in there, and it seems like they just have the same thing on every shelf. Well,
That's because they
dear-
have the superior soup.
Yes, see, Sabrina understands. Would you like to come join us for soup night tonight? Because I guess we're having soup night.
Yeah, maybe when we get back.
Okay. Well, you kids go have fun. Dear,
Thanks,
which
Mr.
soup would you like
Gardner.
now? As your parents prepare to have soup for 2 meals today now.
Amazing.
Nature is crazy in this world. There's the demand for soup, for canned soup, is so much. There's specifically a canned soup store. that you
And
can
soup
get
is the
lost
good
in.
stuff.
I was like, we're on the coast. There's probably like clam chowder and like all those
Yeah.
really nice
Well, there's
there's
probably like a whole row of like a whole section for canned soup. There's a whole section of like soup in like boxes that you mix with hot water. There's a whole section for instant ramen. There's a little buffet with like pre-prepared soups that you can ladle into bowls and take
That's
with
half
you.
the store.
Yeah.
It's like how when you go into a grocery store and they have like a small Starbucks in there, there's just like a small cup ramen outlet there, a cup noodle outlet.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, this sounds like a good store
Oh my
idea.
God.
Are you guys in on this? Let's do it.
Yes.
It's a user noodle competitor.
Yeah.
They
And
that's
fucking
the-
hate each other.
There's a
Thus,
cafe
the
there
Squire
that
Squad ends their business as heroes and becomes the Soup Squad.
there is a cafe there that's just called Bean Soup, and it's just coffee.
Oh my god.
All
And
right.
since there's such like a presence for soup here, they constantly have to say, "No, we serve coffee."
Yeah.
I-
It makes
I
it
get-
less weird that Flint asked for soup. That was such a weird high school move. Like, how about soup?
It's a comfort
It's comfort food. It's warm and delicious.
And he's sad.
Yeah.
We'll start
Also,
soup tube. Anyone read relationship advice on Reddit? The soup tube one. It's hilarious. Go find it. It's absolutely amazing.
Chad is also pointing out that the group name would be the Superheroes.
Absolutely wonderful. Good job.
I
All right.
I've
And
taken
scene.
psycholo-
Thank you for
I've
joining us, everyone. We'll be back now.
I've taken psychological damage from
Ooh, yes.
the past
Everyone,
10
please
minutes.
roll to take a powerful blow. I'm kidding. Or am I? No. Okay, so you all head out. Kevin meeting you all back on the ground. and you make your way into the city to Paladin's HQ. As you traverse the city, you do see still some signs of cleanup from the various villainous attacks yesterday. There's, you pass, they are chiseling a stoplight out of ice that got hit by an ice ray. You are passing by a row of townhouses that each one seems to have been hit by some kind of time travel transmogrifier as they change from like each style of the decade. You've got a 50s house, 60s house, 70s house, 80s house, 90s house, up until the decade that we're in now. It's very bizarre, but you see them starting to turn the houses back to the way they are supposed to be, and just other various signs of cleanup around the city. You get to Palin's HQ, and it is understandably very busy, but you're able to go in through the hero entrance and get to the back halls, where it is still also busy with people running around. You see some other Squire squads. You see some just getting in from a patrol. You see some just heading out. But you find one of the support staff somewhere and manage to catch their attention for a moment. Who are you asking for? Anyone in particular to let them know what's going on, or are you just reporting?
I mean, we usually go to Musketeer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you are fortunately able to find him. He is in his small section of the base, and because it's so busy, you're actually allowed to go directly into his office, which has you've maybe been in here a couple times, but you go in and one side of the room is just covered in every conceivable type of weapon, and some that you can't even conceive of, because he's just got a whole armory there. There's also one corner of the room does have just like the fanciest, most awesome looking like gerbil maze that you've ever seen. Because as you know, Musketeer can just turn himself into a mouse. And so he can run around in there if he feels like it.
There's an exercise wheel inside.
Yep. Yeah. There's also, more humanoid exercise equipment nearby it. There's, part of the wall has a bunch of monitors that are showing various news reports or security feeds or other such things. And you see Musketeer kind of pacing back and forth in front of this wall as you knock and enter. Oh, bonjour, Squires. How may I help you?
Hi. We have something we'd like to discuss with you in private, please.
Oh, mais oui. Un moment, s'il vous plaît. And he'll go to his desk, press, key in a code on an interface there. I don't know why I struggled with that word so much. And any of the monitors that were displaying volume, they mute themselves. You see, or there's one of the like domed security cameras in the corner that it was blinking a red light. That light seems to turn off. Yes. What can I help you with? And Flynt, my condolences for your loss, of course. I imagine this must be a difficult time for you at the moment.
I think Flint's about to be like, oh, thank you. But then he like looks around. It's like, wait, aren't we missing someone? Did you guys text Miku?
I haven't heard from her. I mean, not since last night. I assume that she's part of the group, but like, this is kind of a personal thing, right?
I'll bet she's actually in the group chat that like Chloe texted into, and we just haven't gotten a response from her.
Yeah, there has been no response. It doesn't even. There is no read receipt from Miku yet.
Because she turned it off.
Gasp.
But Musketeer
Didn't
will
even leave
actually
us unread.
comment on that as well. Yes, I did mean to ask you. I have not heard from Miku since last night, but I take it by your expressions you have not heard from her either yet.
Mm-mm.
No. So Musketeer, weird thing is, like, yeah, Reggie kind of got evaporated by Mr. Master, and now all of a sudden my grandpa's making our entire family leave the town. So we think there's something up with that.
You see Musketeer's focus sharpens, and yours shows that it is your grandfather who is orchestrating this.
I mean, he's the one telling us to leave. I don't know if he's into music or at all.
Yes, okay, but it is your grandfather giving the orders. All right. Un moment, s'il vous plaît. He'll go over to his desk. A monitor slides up that you don't have an angle on. He quickly types out a message on the keyboard, hits send, monitor drops back down. Right, this is, thank you for sharing this with us. But so you, do you know yet when or where you're moving to? I imagine you would like to start the transfer process.
I guess I should have probably figured that out. They said something about the end of the month, though, to be leaving by.
That's the end of the month. That is all right.
What day of the month is it? I forget.
I haven't been keeping track of time. We're somewhere in summer right now.
We are nebulously in the month.
There's less than 2 weeks until the end of the month.
Sorry.
Nope, that's okay.
Yeah, I guess I should find out where we're going for transfer, but like until then, like are my parents in danger? What are we supposed to do? You guys told us not to mess with that guy.
Yes, we will be as I just informed some of the other paladins of what you have shared with me, we will be keeping an eye on your family, just in case, as you say, with Mr. Master, it is always best to be extra vigilant. So we will be keeping a security detail on as many members of your family as we are able to, but as you say, we do not yet know what his motives are for assassinating your cousin. So it is difficult at this stage to say how much danger the rest of your family may or may not be in, but rest assured we will keep a close eye on them all.
Okay, thanks. But like, what should we do in the meantime?
Well, if you would like, there is still some matters of cleanup to be attended to throughout the city. And yes, we have the various civilian services who normally attend to that, but I do believe it would be good for both the public and perhaps for you all to get out there and assist. Let them see that the heroes are helping not just to protect the city, but to repair it in the wake of villainous attacks.
Right.
But
I think we
When
can do that.
shrugs.
yes, but that is up to you. Your squad is not currently on the rotation for another day or two. But if you wish, I can send you some coordinates of places that I believe you and your power sets may be most suited to help with the cleanup efforts.
Or we could go play putt-putt.
So that is also a very good option. I hear the teenagers love a good game of putt-putt. Yes, why don't you all go play the putt-putt? Get your minds off of hero business for the meantime. Just go be kids. That may sound a bit callous, but I do want to remind you that is an important aspect of the Squire program, is that we do still want you to be teenagers and children as much as possible. So rest assured, I will be following up on the information you have given me, and I will also begin the transfer process. Once you know more, we can continue that. But for now, yes, go play the putt-putt.
Okay.
All right. I guess we could play putt-putt, but we can't go to Putt You. I'm banned from that one.
All right.
I kept on breaking windows.
Well, let's go to T-Rex Island.
I love T-Rex Island. And I'm not banned from there yet. Plus, they also have Froyo.
Just don't climb on the dinosaurs, okay?
There are a lot of bones there.
There are so many bones there.
All right, you can look, but don't touch.
They're not real bones, though.
We
And
checked
you know
last
these
time.
how, Flynt?
He knows from experience.
I mean, I haven't tried them all out yet, but the ones I have are definitely not real bones.
I'm pretty sure most of them.
I'm
Are
going
not
to
real.
pretend I did not hear this. La 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 la. Look at me doing
Walking and
it.
talking,
Or
walking and
paperwork
talking.
stuff.
As-
The only
as-
real bones are from the pirate side of the putt-putt course.
Ooh.
Yes, but they had to take out most of them, but there's one skull left.
Sabrina's gonna lean back in the doorway as before everyone leaves, and she says in French, do you think that there's a possibility that Flynt's family is working with Mr. Master?
Musketeer gives a wary sigh and gives you a short nod.
Okay.
It's possible.
But just so you know, Flynt would have nothing to do with that.
Yes, I believe that to be true.
Bye.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. She skips down the hallway. I called a purple ball!
All right. Gosh, I think. No, we'll go for a little bit. We'll do putt-putt and then we'll take our break. So you all arrive at T-Rex Island, and it's got the putt-putt, it's got the dinosaurs, it's got the pirate ships. It's also got an arcade section with games for tickets for prizes. It's also got a go-kart track off in one section of the property. It's got a lot.
I'm not joking even a little bit. That is exactly the putt-putt course that LB's talking about.
Yeah.
Because that's where we went.
Okay,
It also
I have not
has
been there, but
it
I
has,
was
has a ropes course, like this tall structure that you can like
And an
hook yourself
animatronic Spinosaurus.
There is an animatronic Spinosaurus.
Okay, well now you're just one up in the actual putt-putt place or the mini golf place that I was referencing that I
Oh
grew
no,
up with.
I'm so
Oh.
sorry.
Damn, I wanted a ropes course.
As
Anyway,
opposed to Goofy Golf, which has the most horrendous T-Rex I've ever seen.
He's sticking his leg out real far. We'll have to share these pictures, but we're getting
Yeah.
sidetracked.
yes. If you want to see these pictures, join our Discord.
Yeah,
They'll
plug.
get posted there eventually.
Pluck, 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 pluck.
Anyway, you all arrive, and yeah, what do you all do? Do you want to get into any specifics of how you engage in the putt-putt, or you
Well-
tell me what you do at T-Rex Island?
I feel like Kevin and Chloe are third and fourth wheels, so together we are a stable all-terrain vehicle. That being said, I feel like Chloe and Kevin sort of like hang towards the back, and I need to know, like, when we're playing putt-putt, like, how aggressive is this group? Like, Is this a like everybody take your turn, play the hole through, and like finish up your turns that the next person can go sort of thing, or is this a everybody play at the same time and try and smack the other person's ball out of the way sort of thing?
Flynt is used to full contact. Full contact mini golf, everybody. You're muted, LB.
I think towards the end, absolutely. But I think towards the end, like maybe the last 3 holes, Sabrina's like, all right, turbo round. Everyone just go, go, go. But I want to say Sabrina is like terrible at putt-putt. She's like a really good sport about it, but she gets like the max almost every time. And then the like 1 hole she gets it in two, and that's just like, did you see what I did? It was amazing.
Chloe gets
bless.
Chloe gets distracted by the landscaping and identifies all the plants that are on the sides of the course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I imagine Kevin is terrible at it, as I don't see how.
How does Kevin putt-putt?
I mean, he's gonna try and do it the way you're supposed to, with
But he doesn't
kind of
have
holding it in
thumbs.
his bug arms.
Why don't you just levitate the club? Chloe says.
Just where does it end, right? Why not levitate the ball in to the hole?
That's a good idea. You could win that way.
I mean, that's what I was thinking of. You could 100% just like, shoop.
Yeah, I'll just like hit the ball without looking, and then telekinesis it into a hole. Like I don't see how this is fun for anyone.
That's true. Okay, that makes sense. You make a good point, Kevin.
Well, once we go turbo golf, like it just becomes a game of like, how can we all use our powers and not let the people around us know that we have powers?
That's
So,
not
like,
fair.
Chloe will like putt a ball towards the hole. It'll barely miss, and then like the fake astroturf will rise up as a vine pulls it up underneath and just like nudges the ball into the hole.
I don't know how Sabrina could, besides like flashing people with their magic powers.
As soon as we start turbo round, Flynt loses his ball.
Oh no.
He hits it too hard. It goes somewhere and nobody knows. Out in the distance, there's a faint crashing noise.
Yeah, no, Chloe just like puts a finger to her ear, like waiting for it. And there it is.
One of the dinosaurs loses one of its teeth.
Aw.
Oops.
I think it looks
Sorry.
better that way.
And then the last hole is like to put your ball in a return. You have to like putt it up a ramp and get it into one of 3 holes. And Sabrina's like, Kevin, put it in the big hole. Put it in the big hole.
Yeah, I do that.
And a big T-Rex head comes out and it goes, roar! Yay! Go-karts! Sabrina's like a child. We are gonna do everything here. She has adult money and she shouldn't, and she's gonna do everything.
But she's also got like that manic energy of like,
Yes.
I know the person I love is about to leave. I need to experience everything with him.
Yeah, and you do. I think Chloe and Kevin do notice that, like, every once in a while, if there's a quiet moment, she just looks like she's about to cry. But then she's like, if anybody notices her, like, looks at her, she's like, oh, like it just like snaps out of it. It's like, everything's fine.
I think as this whole endeavor goes on longer and longer, Flynt is getting more and more quiet. Until sometime near the end, he's going to pull Subrina aside.
Okay. In the arcade room, where there's noise to drown things out.
Sure, yeah, but like a quiet, those arcade games where like you sit inside of a booth and like on like a shooting game fighting dinosaurs. So that's running while they're like inside this enclosed space, so they can talk to each other.
What's up, Boozy?
Starshine, there's I've been thinking,
Mhm.
if I move away, like, it's probably going to be really difficult to see you as much as I want to.
Yeah, I was thinking
And,
about that too.
well, I think it'd probably just be better if we stop dating.
Really?
There's a T-Rex roar on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, I like you a lot, Star Sign, but it's just everything's so weird right now. So
Yeah. That makes sense.
can I kiss you one last time?
She just nods.
He gives her a soft smooch.
She's,
And
her
then-
lips are quivering.
Oh no, baby.
I'm gonna go, I was gonna go do the basketball. And then she just leaves.
Flynt sits there for a while and then like starts shooting dinosaurs to distract himself. And see.
Chloe's
Sabrina just
leaning,
Wow.
goes
against,
into the bathroom.
Chloe's leaning
Oh,
against
no.
a wall, hanging out with Kevin. She's just like, people are always telling me to act like a teenager or go be a teenager. And I never get it. I am a
Mhm.
teenager. Like, wouldn't anything I do be being a teenager?
Yeah, by definition, everything you do is right. So, in that parameter, yeah, I get it.
She just sort of looks him up and down, and then she's like, "Yeah, I think you do."
How far away are we from this this booth where a breakup just happened?
Let's see. Let's have you both roll assess the situation, just for
Oh,
funsies. So roll plus superior, please.
Okay. Because yeah, I do have super senses, so I was wondering.
Yeah.
Superior. Oh, I'm so bad at superior.
I'm too invested in my conversation with Kevin.
That's true.
For-
We are
for the
having our own
audience.
conversation.
That's a 3 and a 5.
Nothing. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
We do have
Just
team in the
wasn't paying
pool.
attention.
Yeah, but how are you guys going to? How are both Flynt and Sabrina going to narratively assist them in noticing this?
It can be very loud.
Loud crying.
No, well, I was thinking that Sabrina like starts out like walking to the bathroom and then just floats the rest of the way.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, here's what I will give you. So you both do get to mark potential for your misses, but it is a while. You two continue talking, having your philosophical teenage conversations. Flynt, you are on a roll with this dinosaur game, and Sabrina, you find yourself alone in the restroom, presumably crying. And on this, perfect encapsulation of teenage friendship group drama, I think that's where we are going to take our break for tonight. So thank you everyone for hanging out with us thus far. If you join our Discord, the pictures of the mentioned mini golf places will actually be there, so you should go check that out, see what we were referencing. But for now, we are going to go refresh ourselves, refresh our beverages, stretch, take your meds, do all that fun stuff, and we will be back in 10 to 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, Internet. Thank you for bearing with us on our break. We are refreshed and ready to go and dive back into this teenage drama. As the couple of Pookie and Starshine have decided to call it quits. Oh, there's a cat running amok, as cats do. We will give LB a moment to wrangle the cat. There it is. All right. The reason I am delaying is because I was planning on having us pick back up with Subrina in the restroom. So, I feel like I shouldn't have such happy music on, but I also don't have many better music options
You don't
at my
have any
immediate
angst music?
disposal. I mean, I have suspenseful. Is this the one I want?
Which one's the one that says breakup song?
No, I don't have that one yet, unfortunately, unless Kevin McLeod has written a song just called Breakup, which maybe he has. Anyway. So you are in the restroom. I guess this is a question. Does Sabrina use makeup given that you can just shape change?
No.
So-
She's gonna cry. She's gonna cry, and then she's gonna shape change to make it look like she didn't cry.
Yeah. So we get this brief moment of just, perfect makeup, but just messy sobbing, and then
Mhm.
you shape change it away.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure it all bled down her face and everything like that. Her eyes got all puffy, her face got all puffy. And then she just and there's a flash of green light and she's just back to normal and walks
Yeah.
out of the bathroom.
Well, before you walk out of the bathroom, there is a weird sort of vibration, almost a whisper. It's weird because your senses aren't sure how to deal with it. Even you with your multiple extra alien senses, whatever they might be, they're all confused for a little bit until you see kind of in the corner behind you a shadow from some of the shadows that are there with there's probably a flickering light or something. A shape seems to rise up out of the shadows and take on a humanoid form and it approaches you, but then also just approaches one of the sinks next to you and starts miming washing its hands.
Hi?
Hello.
Okay, were you in here the whole time?
That is a difficult question for me to answer. This is new.
Which part?
Being.
I'm sorry, have we met before?
There were many people dressed fancy. School dance?
Uh-huh. And you were there?
Words. You and your friends scared me away.
This hive mind?
Not hive mind, because that's bugs, but remember at the spring fling there was the shadow thing?
Oh god. This is a different shadowy thing. Did I get a name or anything from that?
I don't know, but it said some very unkind thing.
Yes. It has not named itself. I think there was a brief discussion of when you reported it to the paladins, they gave it a temporary code name of, entity and then
Okay.
letters and numbers or something.
It's the Spring Fling Spectre.
Zoinks!
What should I call you?
do not know. I do not seem to be, but I also don't seem to not. Am I perhaps in some... Is my state of being other?
It could be. Do you need help?
I thought you needed help. Were you not crying?
No, I'm fine. It's nothing. It's just something girls do when they're, hormonal.
The shadow kind of processes that for a second, and then, in what is frankly a disturbing display, it will coalesce a face out of the shadow and will like rapidly go through more or less what you just did of crying and cleaning up your face and stuff. Interesting. I do not know if I like those feelings.
They're not great. Are you a new being to this planet?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I think I have always been, but also I have not been until recently.
Cool. Well, if you're new, kind of, if you're new to this form, maybe you should, register that you're here so people know who you are.
Register? And as it's saying this, it kind of, the shape it's in glitches for a brief time before kind of re-solidifying. This is hard.
Yeah, I was new to this world once too. I was new to this world once too, and it was pretty weird, pretty scary, but I had a friend that helped me through everything. Maybe I could be your friend to help you through this? As long as you don't hurt me or my friends.
Friends.
Mhm.
Friends are nice.
Yes.
But as it kind of utters this last syllable, the form destabilizes again, and you see the collapses down into a puddle on the floor and trickles back into the corner from where it came before it just seems to vanish into the rest of the shadows.
Okay. Talk to you later. Turns and walks out the door. Scoots over to Kevin and Chloe. Hey guys, you remember that shadowy thing we saw at the dance?
Yeah.
I mean, the one that was a huge dick and said a lot of really mean things.
Yeah, it was in the bathroom.
Are entities allowed in the girls' room?
I don't know, but I mean, they seem actually really nice. They just wanted to know, they were curious about me, and they said that they had always been, but they're new to this form, so. I said, as long as you don't hurt me or my friends, then maybe you need help being new to this world.
But whatever they are, they already tried to hurt us, right?
They seem...
They've been kind of stalking us because we saw them before the dance briefly, too.
Yeah. They thought I looked upset, and they just wanted to make sure that I was okay, though. So that was weird.
Are you upset?
Nope.
Subrina, what I will give you is you can sort of retroactively roll to pierce the mask to try and get more of a sense of what just happened. So please
Okay.
roll plus mundane.
Oh
I'm also
boy,
pressing X to doubt on whether or not she feels bad.
it sure is. That's an 8 actually with a -1.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So you get to ask one question. Your options are: what do you intend to do? How could I get your character to blank? How could I gain influence over you? What are you really planning? What do you want me to do?
I guess a good one is, what are you really planning? Like, what are the real intentions here?
Yeah, so your friends have a point that in your previous encounter, it was, very stalkery and was malicious, if not outright hostile, because, it kind of did a thing of like everyone else seemed to freeze and only you all were able to kind of perceive it in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But then it fled pretty much immediately without harming anyone.
Mm-hmm.
As it showed here, like it wasn't exactly mimicking your form, but it was doing a lot to mimic you and copy you, and it was clearly curious about your emotions and your emotional state. So it seems to maybe be trying to learn from you about you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he seemed really like exploratory. Like he, like when I came to this planet, I had to learn how to use a mouth, and so I had to like watch people do things, and then I had to learn how to like talk and do all that. Kind of like the same thing.
So like a baby.
Yeah, well, like someone who's finding their form for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whatever this thing is, it's new.
Mm-hmm. But it said it's been here for a while.
Weird. Are you
Anyways,
gonna report this to the paladins?
yeah, I'm gonna go do that. You guys finish out. Get some candy. Here are my tickets, and like shows my tickets to Kevin. And Subrina starts to leave.
Yeah. Chloe lets her get like a couple of steps head start, and then she'll just sort of like nudge Kevin with her elbow and say, "Be right back." And she'll pace Sabrina on her way out the door, and she'll say, "Hey, you know it's all right to be sad, right?"
Mm-hmm.
Cool. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Lets her go.
Now, I will point out, you don't need to go all the way back to HQ to report this, but you
I
can
know.
just be stepping outside to
She's
take
using it
a
as an
look.
excuse.
Yes.
Sure.
Flint is nonchalantly walking around, just like hands in pockets, looking around until he ends up next to Kevin. Just like slides up on the wall next to him. Is Sabrina okay?
She said she was fine, and that weird shadow creature was obsessed with her and mimicking her, and has went to go tell Paladin HQ and gave me these tickets. Is there something you want to buy?
Wait, like the Spring Fling Spectre? That thing's back?
Yeah.
Like I was a jerk.
Yep, I agree. Sabrina seems sympathetic, and I suppose I am as well. But it seems like it might be like some kind of space baby. Yeah, I don't know. Like a shadowy space baby, but that is dangerous. So I don't know what to think.
Weird. So I think together we have enough tickets to get the big stuffed doll up there.
All right, yeah, go for it.
Oh,
Snags
sweet.
him.
I've been wanting to get the Goofy Golf T-Rex forever.
Yeah. I
This
bet that
thing is
guy's a
hideous.
great
I love it.
cuddler.
Not with those arms.
Anyway, now Flint has a misshapen and terrifying T-Rex as a stuffed doll that he's carrying around now. He also got Froyo at some point because they have
Sabrina
ice cream here.
skipped Froyo. Now you know something's wrong.
Yes, something's definitely up. Flynt is acting quieter for Chloe and Kevin.
Sure. I want to say that when Flynt like steps away to go get the T-Rex, Chloe's gonna sort of like lean over to Kevin and say, "So are you gonna talk to him?"
I don't know. I gave him tickets, and he excitedly bought a T-Rex. So
Oh, he's deflecting. He
okay.
is very sad.
Oh, so they're both probably very sad, obviously.
Oh, I've got Subrina,
Okay,
but
so
Flynt respects you
okay.
because you're big.
Oh, all right, that makes sense. um, hmm. So okay, so you're gonna talk to her, and I'm gonna talk to him. All right, yeah. What could go wrong?
I love you. She's gonna punch him on his metallic shoulder, and start heading out the door.
I'll just head over towards Flynt.
Where does Kevin find you?
Flynt has some Froyo, a stuffed T-Rex, and then with the leftover tickets, he's collected a bunch of those like little army guys that have a parachute, the sticky hands that you can like thwap something with, and it sticks for a little bit until it falls off, and then after like 2 or 3 thwaps, it runs out of stickiness. Some bubble gum, which he is chewing and definitely shouldn't be. And what's some other just random junk? Some Tic Tacs. No, not Tic Tacs. The little like jacks, like plastic jacks. He has spent every last ticket
And about
meticulously.
and about 5 bouncy balls that
Yes,
you just
yeah.
want to put in your mouth.
He's eyeing it up while he's like thwapping something and like eventually just falls.
Chewing frozen bubble gum because you're eating Froyo
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yep.
Hey, Flynt. So
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, so
Did you-
you've been...
Did you want any bubble gum?
Nope, I still don't eat. But
That's for the best. It runs out of flavor after like 3 chews. And the sticky hands aren't sticking to anything anymore. And after I bit the bouncy balls, they don't bounce as good. The stuffed T-Rex is still cool though. So, maybe there is some permanence in the world.
I'm gonna start looking at this bouncy ball to see what it's made out of. I don't understand why it's not bouncing as well. The material should stay relatively the same. I don't. And I'm
Like he's bit it in half, so
distracted.
it does bounce, but it like just
it just goes off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course, man. You gotta keep it. It's gotta stay round if you want it to bounce.
I guess.
In a predictable way. All right. What was I over here? Oh yeah. So we've been noticing that a lot's been going on with you, and just checking in that you're all right.
Do you think we'll still be friends, like long distance?
Sure. Yeah. You're very talkative, So I imagine that we'll keep in touch.
Because like no one from my old school still talks to me. So like if I move away again,
Do you try and talk to them, and they just don't respond, or?
well, like I also got a new phone, so I don't have any of their phone numbers anymore.
Okay,
And-
that'll be why.
But also
That'll be
like they
why.
didn't like reach out, so like
Oh, on like social media or something. Yeah. You didn't change that too, right?
No, that should still be the same.
Okay.
Of course, like I never really use it much anyway, so it's like an old person thing, remember?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. So what is their way of reaching out where if they don't have your phone number, they could find you? And did you check it?
I don't know. Like, that's not the point. It's moving sucks.
Okay. True. Yeah. So you is there a way you could remember my phone number in case you lose your phone again? And then we can stay in touch.
I kind of broke up with Subrina.
Oh shit. Okay.
And now I think she's mad at me, which is
Yeah,
understandable.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's got to be hard. I mean, I get it. You're moving. Okay. This is making a lot more sense now.
It's just weird.
Uh,
And I'm
okay.
like just worried about everything. It's really hard to have fun with all this.
I mean, I don't have a lot of experience in relationships and breakups and stuff like that. I don't think you can count Jade as being a thing. So, I imagine it's, they say time heals all wounds. I'm sure you'll be fine. Just got to give it some space, let it breathe, figure out what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But like, how will we know?
I don't know. I would talk to maybe an adult about this because,
Yeah,
like I said, don't have a lot of experience. And I don't think TV shows and movies are helpful in this regard. I feel like most of the relationships they portray are very unrealistic. So,
wait, you're telling me that like even though we broke up, like we won't just continue to hang out with each other all the time, just out of the blue, and like be
extremely
forced to have
unlikely.
constant conversations, even though we have feelings for each other?
Extremely unlikely, and also you'll be moving. So,
Right.
like maybe if you stayed here and you both were like, no, we're staying on this Squire Squad team, then in that case, sure, you'd have to see each other all the time. But because you dated someone you work with, which is supposed to be something you're not supposed to do.
I guess TV doesn't have the answer for everything.
I mean, it is where I know not to date people you work with, so who knows? I don't know what advice is good and what's not. So,
Well, thanks for trying to help.
yeah, absolutely. If you need to talk about any of this stuff, I'm sure I'll always be available to try and help. And I do have an advanced AI that we could scour the internet with to see if it has better advice. That's where I get most of my advice to tell people. So,
Okay, that might help. Yeah, let's talk to the AI.
all right.
They go talk to the AI.
Well, so
Is the AI at your house, or do you have like access to it
Yeah.
here?
I would probably better go to the house. I mean, we could call it. It's got a phone number, but
We'll get to that.
just want a quick check. Where is everyone right now? Sabrina, have you left, or did
Yeah,
you...
yeah. Sabrina was gonna go to the agency, to the Squire Squad headquarters.
Yep. Okay. Chloe, are you just still hanging out inside? Are you covertly watching the boys to see how badly they screw this up?
No, she leaves that cringe fest before it happens. She's gonna head into town. And she's not gonna look for Subrina, even though she said she was gonna take care of Subrina. She doesn't necessarily mean she's going to talk to her. I think she'll hit up a shopping center, not a mall per se, but one of them, they're like basically parking lots surrounded by like storefronts.
Yeah.
She's gonna go there and just kind of like make her way down it, and she's gonna pick up some supplies.
All right. Let's see. Is there anything, LB, is there anything specific you want to do with reporting your encounter to paladins, or should we just say you go and you tell them and they update the case file?
Yeah, pretty much she's gonna go update the case file, and then she's going to take the Kirby craft out and just kind of fly above the city, cloaked. To have her alone time.
Yeah.
That's where she'll be.
All right. Okay, so that is actually very interesting for my purposes, because as you are flying around cloaked, and I assume you're still having a sniffle every now and then, you hear a displacement of air, and it's different from the way the shadow thing kind of came into being. And given your connection to the ship, the hairs on the back of your neck instantly stand up, and you don't exactly feel it because they're not touching you, because that would be very bad. But getting some alternate view, there's a glowing purple hand ready to grasp the back of your neck. Hello, little one. Where are your friends?
I think as soon as like she feels the hand hovering over her shoulder, she like bright green light turns into Corvid, and like shifts over, like kind of floats over and looks at him, and she's like, "They're not here."
That is unfortunate, because I would very much like to speak with you all.
Why?
He has not moved closer to you yet, but, well, let's just say that I have some business that needs attending with your team. I would give them a call if I were you before I get annoyed. And moves over and kind of just very lightly trails a finger along one of the walls of the Kirby craft, and again, given your connection to the ship, this is extremely unpleasant.
Yeah. She kind of like puts her hand on the console and like hits buttons and then like dials the group call.
Hello?
Hey guys, it's Corvid. Something's come up. I need you guys to I'm gonna come pick you up.
Okay, Corvid. Chrysalis and I are at his place. Or going to his place.
Okay. I'll find you. Hemlock, are you there?
I want to say that like Chloe has taken up, because like she was out in public. There's like some hustling noise. We see her like go around a wall and like drop all of the things she was getting. And she puts the phone to her ear, and like it's just an immediate like, what's wrong?
I'll explain when I get you.
She just hits a button and it sends coordinates.
Okay. She'll hang up the phone.
That was well done. You will meet me at this location, and as he has been trailing a finger along the wall, that turns into basically he burns the address into the wall of the Kirby craft. It wouldn't do for your friends to find me here if they are split up. So once you all are there, find me there. And if you bring any of the paladins, well, I can assure you in that case, you will not be leaving this meeting.
She just nods.
and it's almost disappointing how undramatic his disappearance is. He's just gone.
There are just like her body is tense. There are just tears streaming. Well, actually, her eyes are that bright green light, and there's just like tears of like what looks like what's in a glow stick flowing down onto her gas mask as she like goes to pick everyone up. She'll pick up Chloe first because she knows Chloe won't ask questions.
You arrive at the shopping center. Chloe's in hemlock gear, standing on the roof, just face skyward, waiting for you.
The Kirby craft hovers next to you with the door open.
Yeah, which from your perspective, just a doorway opens in midair, and you see Corvid there in the interior. And as you step in, you immediately tell something's up, and glancing to the side, you see that an address has been burned into the wall of the Kirby craft.
She like sort of squints at that, and she just turns to Subrina like, "What happened?"
I'll explain. She's fully just Corvid right now. And then she'll just silently go pick up the boys.
All right. A wary glance at you, but sits down and puts on the seatbelt.
Pull up to Kevin's place and park in the backyard. Door opens.
Hey, what's going on? That was a weird phone call.
Mr. Master was on my ship. And he told me that he needed to get you and bring you to these coordinates. And we can't tell
That doesn't
anybody.
sound good.
No.
All right, so... Well, I assume we're not calling this in? Because they told us to stay away.
Yeah. I think if we do what he tells us to, it didn't seem like he's gonna kill us. But he could get into the Kirby craft and just teleport out. I mean, I was cloaked. It's not like he could track me.
What could he possibly want from us? We're squires.
Well, screw it. Let's find out.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just get myself into impulsive teenager brain. This sounds like a great idea. Let's do it.
Well,
I agree that I don't think he would want to kill us because he could just kill us, right? Like, if he wanted to kill us, he could kill us one at a time. We never see it coming.
and even then, like, whatever. So if he's got, if he wants to talk, let's hear what this guy has to say.
I think I am gonna set up. I'm gonna call my AI, have it just record. I'll just keep my phone on speaker and have it just record. And in the event of a fight or anything like that breaking out between Mr. Master and ourselves, call the paladins and forward the entire recorded conversation.
Yeah.
So it's not an active call, but if, like, basically if you don't hit the dead man switch or whatever, that it will forward it to paladins.
Essentially.
I think I'm loading it onto like a cloud, and yeah, it's the paladin don't have it.
Like a recording.
Yeah.
But Elena, my AI, does. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's
Corbin
go.
just flies quietly. She's actually shaking. She's had a big day.
Yeah. A bad day for Subrina.
It's a bad day. But we
It's a
did
bad
putt-putt.
day.
Started out great with a putt-putt.
I'm realizing with my colors, I should do glowing purple.
Oh.
So, the coordinates are to an abandoned area, or not area, a warehouse in the industrial sector of town. Doesn't seem like it's been used for a while. You get that maybe as you approach, you see like the faded paint works that just says Big Boom Fireworks on it. And it seems like it's an abandoned fireworks factory.
Park outside. Do the coordinates lead inside?
Yeah. As you land the Kirby craft, one of the doors swings open seemingly on its own.
Flynt's just gonna start marching towards it. He's in, Silver Wolf form.
Mm-hmm. I think Subrina hesitates, like, just grabs Kevin's wrist, like, for support. Wrist.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll just walk in. Or maybe float. I'd be more mobile if I float. Yeah, I'm gonna float in.
We float
Warily.
together. We all float here.
Flynt's just headstronging in. And like as he walks in, he'll like call out, "Where are you, Mr. Master? Do you want to talk?"
As you call out, there is an echoing laughter that travels around. Difficult to nail down where it's from, but the laughter resolves into a voice which seems to be coming from the other end of the factory. Oh, such an eager puppy. This will be fun. I'm going to enjoy training you.
What a creep.
We're
If you've
here,
got
what do
something
you
to say,
want?
say it.
Well. And as you all make your way through, and there are conveyor belts and storage tanks and such, but you can see a purple glow coming from behind some machinery across the way. And as you approach and come around, you see Mr. Master standing there. Well, hovering ever so slightly off the ground, but it's always nice when young heroes do as they're told. I would have hated to have to resort to extreme measures so quickly.
Like you did with Reggie?
Reggie? Reginald Silverhound was business. I was asked, as many villains often do, to handle a problem. In this case, the problem was Reginald Silverhound, or I guess, as you know him, Cousin Reggie. Isn't that right, Flynt?
And what did you tell him before you killed him?
That Grandpa Cornelius says hello.
So what do you want with us exactly?
Well, I find it helpful to have, shall we say, little birds. And as he says this, you get the sense, Corvid, that the face is looking towards you. In the various paladin cities, locations around the country, despite my powers, I cannot be everywhere at once. And so it's nice to have some people around ready to tell me what's been happening while I've been gone.
And you want us to be spies for you?
That is the gist of it, yes. When you see her again, I'm sure that your friend Kitsune will tell you it's not such an odious arrangement. Oh, don't give me that look. At least for her, it's not so much her fault. It's just the way she's been programmed.
What do you want to know?
Oh, what the heroes are up to, what the villains are up to in this city. I gather some of you have already started doing that. And he raises one hand and emerging from one of the broken machines, you see another one of those warehouse alien drones. I made a stop to them and found out that they were still connected to the drone that you had found, Corvid, and so that is how I was able to find you so easily.
And if we don't agree?
Well, clenches the hand and the drone fizzles away. That would be unpleasant. But I suppose first I need to make sure you're even worth the effort. So, don't worry, I'll hold back, but... And Mr. Master will go into a very exaggerated, over the top. Basically what Neo does is he's training in the Matrix and just so many hands. Come at me.
Why does it even matter? What do you even need that any of that information for?
And I was already in the pose. I need information so I know how best to operate. Yes, I could just plow through anything and everything in my path, but then there would be nothing left for me to do. I find it much better to pull the strings, as it were. Now you can be part of those strings, or I can cut you loose, get rid of the annoying knots and tangles.
So, I mean, obviously, we have to say yes. So, who do we report to? How do we contact you? How often do we tell you things?
You will just tell me what I want to know when I come pay a visit. It's
Oh.
as simple as that. But, like I said, I need to make sure that you all are worth cultivating as my team of proteges. So, show me that you are heroes worthy of the name. And as he says that, there's more purple energy around. Some of the machinery around the room starts to come loose and float, and it is all hovering very menacingly over you. I need us all to roll initiative. Or rather...
That doesn't happen in this game.
No, but to
We
enter
don't do
battle
that.
against a dangerous foe as a team.
Oh boy.
I'm pretty sure it's a little bit more than dangerous, bud.
Yeah. I will say, if this was a full-on knockdown, drag-out fight, you would need to inflict all 5 conditions on this villain.
Oh shit.
But when you enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team, add 2 team to the pool, which y'all have so much team because time has not passed in a while.
Oh right.
Who wants to handle that in roll 20, please?
I can do it. Where? Oh, there
Okay.
it is. So 2 more.
Yes.
When you say inflict all conditions, do you mean take all of those conditions?
No.
Or we would have to inflict all of the conditions to defeat him?
So the way combat technically works in Masks is the villains do have a number of the same conditions that you have. And it does get kind of wishy-washy, but basically once you all do enough, a villain takes a condition, and once they have taken the appropriate number of conditions, the fight is over.
Understood. Okay,
And there's
interesting.
Yes. So 1 condition, barely a threat. 2 conditions, a bit of a fight. 3 conditions, a threatening villain. 4 conditions, a dangerous villain. 5 conditions, a true arch villain.
Aye.
But you also gather, based on what he has said, that you're not going to be able to take him out necessarily, but he's also not trying to take you out entirely. But so, who is the leader of the team in this encounter?
That's a very good question.
That's a very good question. We usually default to Corvid, but I
I
think
guess we should also talk about like what our goals are here,
yeah.
Yeah.
because that's probably going to determine who the actual leader is.
Yeah. Well,
And is one of the questions later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Who's our leader? Why, it's Mr. Master, of
Yo.
course.
I would put Flynt forward as the leader at the moment. He kind of took charge of this whole talk and everything.
Well, which is interesting because Flynt doesn't want to prove his worth or any dumb stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
like, he doesn't necessarily want to fight if that's going to be the cause of fighting.
Sure, but it does seem like the rest of the team is willing to follow your lead in this scenario.
Yeah,
All right,
Corbett
well-
is clearly not up to the task right now. She is going through something. A lot of things, actually. Surprise, surprise. I did add 1 team to the pool from the chat.
Yes, because we did get that. Thank you for the chat redemption earlier. So I think what the team is now up to 11.
11!
Ooh.
Oh boy.
All right, let's try and use all of that this fight.
Yes.
Yes. No one ever fail a roll.
We'll do our best.
All right, so Flynt is the leader. If the leader has influence over every teammate, add another team.
I
Do you
have
have
influence over all 3 teammates. I guess I should delete Cousin Reggie since he's dead now.
Maybe.
I'm gonna say that you don't have influence over
Oh yeah,
Subrina
you're gonna take
anymore.
it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that
Well,
makes
so I will say you can give influence anyone at any time. In order to take it away, you have to do the reject influence move.
Oh.
Do you want to do that like
Do you
retroactively
have
during that?
time? I mean,
I feel like that's
yeah.
pertinent.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, if you want.
Like during that time.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, you roll to reject someone's influence, which I believe is just
it's on the sheet.
flat 2D. Or oh yeah, there is the button for it.
Okay.
Ooh,
That's
so
6.
on a miss. Ooh, okay, so their words hit you hard, mark a condition, and the GM adjusts your labels. So
Okay.
which condition are you going to mark from Flynt breaking up with you?
Probably insecure.
Okay.
I like how we're deciding to start this battle by hurting ourselves more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also because it's a miss, he does still have influence over you.
Yeah. Okay.
And so
Hey, that's an
I
extra
am
team.
going to shift your. We'll do superior down and freak up.
Okay.
All right. Now we have the purpose question. If everyone has the same purpose in the fight, add another team.
Mine's not die. I'm gonna be honest.
Survive.
Not let
Okay,
my friends
well-
die.
Survive sounds about right.
Oh.
I feel.
I mean,
Well,
that's
what's
part of
your
the
goal,
game.
Flynt?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Flint's goal is to get his friends out alive.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
That doesn't include him.
Flynt.
All right.
Well, you can't do that.
Well,
Well,
We'll see.
okay. Well, I
you can't
suppose-
sacrifice yourselves for us. Not if I do first.
Ah.
Bending over the bullet.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that's one more team to the pool.
Mhm.
If any team member mistrusts the leader or the team, remove a team. Anyone mistrust anyone right now?
I
Sabrina.
mean, kind of. Like, I don't know if I don't trust him to do his job, but I definitely don't like him right now.
I don't think that's a mistrust, though.
Mhm.
That's just beef.
Yeah.
Ooh, beef. Oh shoot! I'm gonna have to move Sabrina to rival.
No.
And that is something that the bull can't just do in the moment.
Evan, congratulations on your promotion to love.
No.
You
No.
were so bad at comforting him. Now he just thinks you're as dumb as he is.
Oh.
And you know what? That's comforting.
Yeah. All right. If your team is ill prepared or off balance, remove a team.
Boy, are we ill prepared.
As ill prepared as they come.
Yep. So I will say the leader can mark a condition to avoid removing a team from the pool, but also y'all have so much team.
I think we're okay.
Okay. I think that's fine to just remove one from the team.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right. So that puts.
If
the
that comes
team-
back to bite us after an hour of fighting.
I will be impressed. Okay, so that puts the
Ugh.
team at what, 11 or
12.
12?
I
Okay.
just want it to happen now.
Yep. All right. So, with that said, you have a bunch of machinery, debris floating around you, all kind of connected on thin tendrils to Mr. Master. The space you're in is pretty clear and open, but I'll say there's also some catwalks up above, some pipes. Very, very theater of the mind, obviously. If you think it would be in an abandoned factory, it's probably there. But the space you are in right now is fairly open, seemingly having been removed of some of the machinery, either previously or in what Mr. Master just lifted up right in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, he took the fighting stance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he once again did the very exaggerated
Yeah.
come at me.
Yeah.
I think Flint's going to start off by doing the showdown point at Mr. Master and say, I'm not gonna play your game. I'm gonna fight you because I really don't like you right now. So let's do it.
I'm not doing it because you told me to.
I'm not doing it because you
want to.
told me to. I'm doing it because I want to. Hell, I don't even want to do it, but I really want to do it right now.
Mr. Master.
I'm gonna try and provoke him.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and roll to provoke someone.
Is there anything that I can just grab a big metal contraption and just snap it in half, show
Yeah.
force
That's
with
easy enough to do.
threats. So I
Yeah.
roll with danger. I'm an
Oh, is
angsty
that-
teen right now.
Is that one of the moves you have?
Yeah, so I've got a head I've got a head I don't need. So when I provoke someone with obvious threats or show force, roll danger.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, go ahead.
Here I go. That's an 11.
Okay. So on a 10 plus, they rise to the bait and do what you want.
The point is for him to come at me and to not go at my friends. I'm kind of making it a point that I'm the person who should be attacking, not my friends.
He's
Yeah.
marking him.
I'm marking him, as is my tradition.
And so I will say, Mr. Master does something slightly curious in this. So normally, featureless face, almost just like a mannequin. Some very small pieces of debris come flying off and hover in front of the face, making rudimentary eyebrows, eyes, lines for a mouth. And when you say this, it raises one of the eyebrows oh, and then is going to send a bunch of debris flying your way. But I think given that you have called him out like this, it's easy enough for you to dodge this initial volley.
Cool.
All right. Now that Mr. Master seems to be sending things flying down at Flynt, and I'll say as he dodges one thing, something crashes. It takes a little bit, but that piece then rises back up and returns to this debris orbit that Mr. Master has created. But what do the rest of you do with his attention, presumably distracted?
Kevin, keep him busy. I'm gonna try something.
All right. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to try and telekinetically make him touch his hand to his face, see if he'll disintegrate himself. I don't think it'll work, but
make him write his own name in the death note.
It's worth a shot. I guess that would probably be unleash your powers, because provoke someone is with your words.
He's not used to using his words.
Okay. A 9.
Okay, so on a 7 to 9, it's either unstable or temporary, or you mark a condition.
Or someone could
Or
provide
I could help him
Yeah.
to make it a full success. Okay, he's already distracted. And God, what can Corvid do specifically to help you telekinesis something? But maybe before she goes off, she's like, grabs him by the shoulder and it's like, you're one of my best friends, and I don't want to see you get hurt. We can do this, okay?
Power of moral support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that brings it up to a 10, which means, you do it. So I'll say that it is a struggle to do it, but you do get, as he is kind of almost orchestrating the debris flying down, you make one of the swings overextend and come back around and phase through his own face, which gets rid of that weird debris face he made, but it doesn't seem to phase him. So I will say you are 100% certain that you cannot use his own powers against him.
All right. Good enough. Is he aware that I just telekinetically strong-armed him on this?
Yeah, and so the head kind of turns towards you and says, well, that was interesting. Don't do it again.
I'm gonna do it again next round.
All right, Corvid or Hemlock, what are you doing?
Hemlock's going to power up. I've got a button for this.
All right, yeah, do that Nova thing.
Yeah. I got a 9, which means things.
You get sunburn, but mark a condition unless someone helps you power up.
What does your powering up look like?
A lot of
I can do another browsing support speech.
I mean, it could have been directed toward the both of us.
That's true. Sabrina turns to Chloe and's like, look, I know you, come, Corvid. Like, I know you're new, and I know we've only been friends for a little while, but please don't let Flynt die.
Just a solemn Hemlock nod. And swing.
All right, so now you have 3 Nova burns. What are you gonna do with them?
I'm gonna use my moat flare. Spend 1 burn to create a barrier that will hold back threats as long as you keep your attention on it. GM may call for you to spend another burn if the barrier is threatened by particularly powerful enemies. And I think that specifically what this one looks like is that rather than like in the past where she just like made a wall of vegetation between them and the threat's just kind of all around them. So I want to say that like while he is sort of like, you know, orchestrating all of these like attackers,
Yeah.
I'm likewise orchestrating vines in just every direction to like hold them off.
Yeah. And so you find yourself interrupting some of the orbits whenever one of these pieces of debris, which I'll say another thing, Crystals, that you figured out with that move and kind of touching on his powers for a moment is like all the pieces of debris that he's manipulating are very slowly disintegrating as they're kind of in the energy. Like he's picked up lots of big things, so it's, you know, negligible in this fight, but you do get that sense. And so whenever any of these vines intercept the pieces, the vines do enough to cause the debris to like change course. The vines disintegrate, but you're able to quickly regrow those ones.
Yeah, just like it's all over the place, man. It's like
It's like someone
it's
shot
like-
silly string around, but vines.
it's like the swamp bender in Avatar: The Last Airbender, just like
Yep.
vines everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And so I'll let Corvid do what you're gonna do, and then it's gonna be Mr. Master's turn again.
Yeah, this might be really stupid. Corbin's gonna get up behind him and try to absorb his light.
Ooh. Okay. Please roll. I think that's just gonna be.
I mean,
I
I'm
think
using
this
my
is a
powers.
Yeah, but whether it's directly engage a threat or unleash your powers. I think this is gonna be a directly engage a threat roll.
Okay.
So please roll plus danger.
Wait, I want to make sure I know this is power. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure playing in a Masks game, I want to make sure that I don't have them.
Yep.
Anything that I did. It's a 7.
Okay. So on a 7 to 9, you get to pick one from the.
How many do you want to throw a couple teams in
I
here?
would need 3.
Y'all
Okay.
would all need to help out.
I mean, easily
And they
enough.
kind
Flint,
of already are.
Yeah,
Flynt
it's a slap
is-
bang fight. We're all in it.
Flint is catching stuff and just throwing it back as Mr. Master throws it at him. Yeah, that's what Flint's doing.
Yeah.
Sure.
To help out, I want to say that like Chloe like snakes a vine around Mr. Master's ankle and just like pulls.
Yeah, and it's a hefty vine for it not to all just burn away, but you do seem to get some kind of grip on it. And Kevin, how are you helping out in this moment?
I think, like, seeing what's trying to go on, I'm going to try and just create like a really strong telekinetic force to kind of mimic like gravity and bend light towards Corvid.
All right.
This
So,
this is a really intense anime scene.
Yes.
Like this is the one where they go all out like that. Like clearly they blew the entire budget on this one shot where like
Mhm.
Subrina is like dodging through all of the bullshit on her way over. And like he keeps on trying, like he notices Subrina coming for him, like just tracking him. But like every time he goes to like, you know, knock Subrina away, a different party member comes in to distract him.
yeah,
And
exactly.
it's awesome.
Yeah. So, Corvin, you get up on him. You start using your light powers. You get to pick 2 from the list. Resist or avoid their blows. Take something from them. Create an opportunity for your allies. Impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I'm gonna resist or avoid their blows because boy do I not want to be disintegrated.
Yep.
And I guess take something from them, which is, I don't know if this light is like making them up or whatever, but I'm using my telekinesis to try and absorb it.
Sure. So the first thing that you figure out, it's certainly not any kind of energy wavelength that you are familiar with. And so it takes a monumental amount of effort to even get it to budge a little bit and do what you wanted it to do. But with your teammates helping distract, you're able to cause a flicker, a disruption in Mr. Master for a moment, and you all can tell because like the debris all kind of and drops a little bit before he reasserts the control.
Okay, so from this, basically what I wanted to do from this is gather if the light is the source of his power, or like what because that's the only thing I have control over. Like,
Yeah.
how we don't have to talk about this now. We can talk about it later. But like, I want to sort of analyze from this, like, maybe later what we can do with it.
Yeah, she's like taking the opportunity to learn more about him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, similar to what Chrysalis was doing with the
Exactly.
telekinesis in that moment. It's like,
Same
okay,
wavelength.
he's not made of light. It's a different kind of energy.
Mm-hmm.
If you expend enough of your own energy and power, you can affect it, but you certainly can't control his
Right.
energy.
Right. Okay. Cool. That's it. Now I'm
Yeah.
next to him. Good.
Yep, and
Red.
you get the sense it happens in that moment of distortion where he was kind of tracking Flynt, and it flickers, and then he's just like right in front of you, kind of like the Slender Man games, and he's just looking at you. It's like, you all are just full of tricks tonight, aren't you? As there's still just debris flying and going after Flynt, seemingly without him needing to look at you. Well, my turn. And with that, he just emits like a wave of energy. It looks very diffuse compared to what he normally does, but it still rolls through you all, and it does not feel great. Like, you're not just vaporized, but I do need you all to roll to take a powerful blow.
And want to protect is able.
Oof. I'm trying to think if you even can from this. I will
I mean,
say, well,
Defend someone from an immediate threat
yeah.
to roll for
so-
savior.
Yeah, I will say, okay, so you can pick one person to protect. They will get, let's see. Let me go into someone else's sheet and roll a test roll for this, just so I know how.
I mean, he'll probably take the full brunt of this, so you can roll for.
Yeah, I'm just, because roll to take a powerful blow is very specific. In that it's the one roll in the game you want a low roll on. What bonus I should tell you to do. So Flynt, in protecting someone, you will add one to this roll when it asks you for it, and whoever you are, well, I guess first let's have you roll to defend someone, see if that even works.
Okay, I'm rolling to defend my rival, Subrina. And the way he's doing this is he's been collecting a bunch of like the heavier machinery, just like building it up. And he's just gonna run and like jump and like just like build a shield in front of Subrina. He knew she was gonna be up against him, so like kind of create a shield.
Sure.
So that's going to be to roll plus danger because of my ability, Bull's Heart, which everything is based on danger for me.
Yep.
And that's a 12 for a full hit.
So it is surprising that this hodgepodge collection of debris holds together, but you just, and you somehow in an instant like apply so much pressure that Flynt doesn't know this. Kevin, you maybe would. Somehow he has fused them at an atomic level in an instant to create this barrier of broken debris. But you do get this in place. What else are you doing with it?
Well, with the success on that,
Yes.
It says clear a condition. Can I clear her condition?
No, it does need to be one of your own.
Well then, I guess I'll be adding a team to the pool.
All
That's right, everybody. More team. Get up for it.
I think that puts you all back up at 9 now?
8. Because we used 3. We were at 10, used 3.
Gotcha. Yes, okay. But so that means, Subrina, when you roll to take your powerful blow, you'll enter -1. And let's see, Chloe, what's the wording on your thing again for the moat?
That's a good question. Let me just check.
Hold back threats as long as you keep your attention on it.
Essentially.
Yeah, so I will say you can either roll to take a powerful blow or spend another burn to maintain the barrier.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna do it.
Okay, so we've got
If
a
only
couple
we
of...
had a team.
Yes, but you all can each only spend one in this moment, so you can't, can't be like, oh, Sabrina needs 3 or 2 to get it down to miss. Do that. Chrysalis needs not 3 to get it down.
What button do we hit to roll to take a powerful blow?
Above the conditions on the right.
Up right, it says conditions right next to the roll thing.
I got it.
And then very small print, take a powerful blow.
Yes, as small as it can possibly get. I hit the, because I have to also hit the submit button. 8.
Oh, okay, so that's a bunch of mixed successes, y'all.
All right. We can all help one person.
Pass it all around.
Yeah, so I will say you do, for this moment, you have a total of 14 you can spend.
So
4? Oh,
we gotta help the two, because we gotta help the 2 people with 8.
Yeah.
Because we can.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Flint's already there in front.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, for Subrina, Flint's already there in front of her, and like his shield's falling apart, so he's gonna like grab her and push her even further to the side as he takes more hit.
Oh, I thought of something mean I could say to you, but that's fine.
Do it.
No, I'm not. I don't have to. No.
So the mean thing is only if she did take the blow. That's one of the things you can do. But so, okay, how else are we helping Sabrina stand strong?
That has to be Chloe. Oh, you know what? We could...
Chloe or Kevin.
Yeah,
well,
actually, yeah,
Chloe
because
can't
I
help
need to be
herself.
able to help Chloe.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I've got an idea for it. Like, I also need to help Sabrina, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so the way I'm gonna help Sabrina is, this is the reason why I can't focus on my moat, is because I see that she's about to get hit. So I focus all of my vines to like protect Sabrina, and don't notice the hit coming for me.
Mm-hmm. And I notice the hit coming for you, and I don't.
And then I go
your
flying away, and then Kevin catches me.
Yeah, and how does Sabrina also help with that catch?
Yeah, I noticed that you're gonna get hit, and you're gonna go back into like you're gonna fly into something, and I moved that out of the way before Kevin, like, catches you. So, like, you're going, and I
that's
snag,
how fast
that's how fast
going.
I'm going. And I snag something out of the air and, like, fumble to the ground so you don't get shredded before you hit Kevin.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay, so the girls have been protected, but for the boys on a 7 to 9, choose one. You lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain, mark 2 conditions.
Struggle past the pain.
Okay, so you'll mark 2 conditions. Also, for those of you who we got it down to a miss, you stand strong. You mark potential, because it is now technically a miss. So you get potential for weathering that blow. Is that enough for an advancement, Sabrina? You can take that right now. You can think about it and tell us in a moment, but so Flynt is marking 2 conditions. Which ones are you choosing to mark?
Angry and hopeless.
Oh, baby.
Yep. And Kevin, what about you? What are you doing with your mixed success?
Marking 2 conditions. And I'm going to do angry and guilty.
All right. Bunch of angry boys.
Angry boy, teenage angst.
It's good for a fight, honestly.
I literally mark angry the first time every single time since I'm a teenage boy. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be angry.
Yep.
He has such a quiet rage about him.
Mhm.
All right.
I would not want to be on Kevin's bad side.
Yep. So, you all, even those of you who did better than others at this, you all still take a moment as you react to this strike that Mr. Master has done. He kind of stands up straight for a moment. Well, that is impressive, I'll admit. But come, let's see what else you have. And the debris is going to start swirling around even more. Before any of it lands, one of you gets to go, and we'll now do 2 of you get to go, then Mr. Master, then 2 of you, and so on until we manage to finish this out. So who would like to go first?
Well, I
Last
kind of
time.
did just do something with the whole protect, but like if no one else is going to do something, he's going to just try and attack Mr. Master since he's already right up there.
That's the thing about this game, is that we are kind of always all doing something.
Yeah. Okay, so are you intending to just directly engage a threat, or what are you trying to do in this moment?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to hurt him.
Okay.
Get 'em.
I don't know how well that's going to work, y'all, but
Yeah. So go ahead and roll plus danger then. What's up, danger?
hey,
Oh no, that's a
Ooh.
miss. You could mark potential, or one of you could use team from the pool, because even if you all use team, it's only gonna still be a mixed success.
yeah, just one of you use team.
I think that we'll kind of do a telekinetic team up again. I can just kind of give you telekinetic boxing gloves, and it just extends your reach or something like that.
I mean, his method of engaging this guy is with debris that is already flying around. So, like,
So just give it a nudge.
I just
Taking a
redirect it.
take a piece. Yeah, you redirect a giant piece of rebar into his hand, and he like swings it right at him.
Nice. So now Mr. Master has to spend some attention and energy deflecting these blows. Well, I suppose you should pick your thing from the list first.
Create an opportunity for my allies.
Okay, so yes, I will say you're doing all that. It's cool, it's awesome, but as some of Mr. Master's tendrils are flying around, one of them will like brush past your shoulder, and it hurts. You're not, instantly
Oof.
evaporated, but go ahead and pick another condition to mark.
Oof, owie, my bones. I am now insecure.
Don't be insecure about your bones. They're good bones.
You are all full of bones.
Would they be tasty?
Well, now
Right.
that I can get at them,
All right, who is going next?
I can go. Yeah, I'm not going to try and make him touch himself again, but clearly is some kind of like the energy has a substance to it. It can be absorbed. It can do these things. I'm gonna try and use telekinesis to disrupt his form and see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can just like destroy his hand or something like that. Just make it disperse.
Okay. I think that's gonna be an unleash your powers.
Okay.
So please roll plus freak.
All right. Do I have a forward from the opportunity?
Yes. Yeah.
Do a
Thank you
plus
for
one.
reminding me. So yes, you get to add +1. Okay, that brings it up to a mixed success. Okay, so you could leave it at that, or you can spend 3 from the pool to get it up to a full hit.
We only have 3 left.
Don't. We
Okay.
want to spin that out.
Yeah.
Spread
All right.
that out.
So, with a mixed success, it's either unstable or temporary, or you mark a condition.
I want to mark a condition.
Okay.
Ooh.
Which condition are you marking?
Hopeless.
Okay. So it is, again, anytime any of you are trying to interact directly with the energy without just getting yourself destroyed, it is an intense struggle. But it, you focus, and it's, if you had a nose, it would be bleeding right now. Just that trope of the psychic powers. That's how much effort this is. But you do see one of the hands that he's using to kind of guide the debris around kind of stops in midair and like starts to crumple up. And he's like trying to tug at it, and it's staying there. And he turns to look at you and says, "I thought I told you not to do that again."
It's something different this time.
I want to say that whenever Kevin exerts himself, you can hear metal straining that just are like.
I'm thinking with like the telekinesis, it's like things are like moving towards me and bending towards me and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah. But so,
The like fisheye lens effect.
yeah. What Mr. Master is going to do now is he sends out another pulse of energy, but it seems to be underground this time. Like you see like the legs kind of and it's just this incredible bass as just like basically the whole floor turns into sand. Like it was concrete, and now it is just fine grains of particulate. And for those of you who have seen Dune, it's like when the worm is approaching, it's just all liquidy. So you all are, I will say, more or less caught flat-footed in this moment. And even those of you who fly, like it also, kicks up a cloud of dust and stuff. So you all will take a -1 on your next roll as you are dealing with this change in circumstance. So I guess a -1 forward would be the proper powered by the apocalypse terminology. But it is now y'all's turn again.
Chloe and Subrina, what do you got?
Sorry,
You go
I
first,
unmuted myself
Sabrina.
just to yawn. No. Sabrina's going to fly forward through this sand, and she's going to try to blast him in the face with her telekinesis and see if that does anything. Would you say that this is a, let's say, a dramatically under fire situation?
I suppose. Let me check your sheet. See
No,
what you're referencing.
No, I just picked up a move that is called Suck It Domination. When you stand strong while dramatically under fire, roll plus savior instead of danger. It doesn't really matter because they're the same, but I want to know if it's dramatic.
Yeah. I mean, this whole situation is dramatic.
Mm-hmm. I would like to punch him in the face, please. With light brights. With -1, right?
Yes. Yep. -1.
Oh, that's an 11!
Oh, dang. Okay. All right.
Dang.
So,
I'm pissed. It's been a day.
Okay.
I think as she does it, she's like, she does that thing where like you say something every time you punch somebody, and she's like, found out my boyfriend's moving. I went to putt-putt and it was great. My boyfriend broke up with me, and now this bullshit. I'm sick of it.
Okay, so, yeah, you are just kind of flying in tight circles around him, just pummeling him with bright spikes of light. But go ahead and pick your 2 from the list, please. And make sure you are unmuted.
Well, out of 10 plus. Oh, 10 plus. Okay, you're right.
Yep.
Fuck, I forgot that it didn't just get. It's fine. I am going to resist or avoid their blows, and I'm going to. I would like to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Okay, so as you are flying around and pummeling him with these bursts of light, you're actually able to see, because you're used to your light, you're not blinded by it like everyone else is. You see like the shape of the head deforming under each blow, and it snaps back, but still it is. And it almost looks like he's starting to wince and buckle under it a bit. And as you are avoiding the blows, you weave and dodge around some of the tendrils in his other arm that's not being held fast. He tries to hit you, but you keep moving very quickly. All right. I think that leaves us with Hemlock for this go.
That's the one. This guy's thing is energy.
Apparently.
Vampire wants to suck.
Chloe like energy. Or rather the whatever her powers like energy. So I'm gonna overcharge, channel the full capacity of your incredible powers to overcome an obstacle, reshape your environment, or extend your senses. Spend 2 burn and take a 10 plus when you unleash your powers. She gonna try to press the win button that worked on Goo Boy. Like, I don't know, there's so instinctively it's like he winced once and she sensed weakness, and so it's like rah!
Okay, so yes, you shoot out your tendrils, they go into the form. Again, it's kind of the thing of at first they just instantly burn away, but as you send more and like reinforce the vines and stuff, they do seem to find some kind of purchase in there. And as you initiate the suck, it is a very odd feeling. First, it just kind of makes you feel queasy. Then it feels exhilarating. And then it feels like your blood is on fire. And there is you hear a scream. You're not sure if it's you or coming from inside you, but it does seem like the energy forms are flickering and some of the pieces of debris are starting to fall, but it is incredibly painful for you to be doing this.
Spicy blood.
So I need you to please roll to take a powerful blow unless you choose to stop doing this.
No, I'll take the powerful blow.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got hit the thing. I get a -1 to this, don't I?
So
be a
in this
plus
case, it
one,
would be a
right?
+1.
+1. Okay. In this situation, no, you're
Yes.
right. You're right. Okay. That's a miss.
That's still a miss. Okay.
Ooh.
So you keep going. You get to mark your potential and tell me how you are standing strong in the face of this situation.
There's just a lot of wind. There's a lot of debris whipping by, and there's a lot of screaming. And I think that like Hemlock / Chloe has like done a really good job of like hiding the vampiric nature of her powers in the past, but like she's definitely doing more than just, like grabbing him with the vines. Like I feel like it's a lot more visual, the absorption side of her powers.
Yeah, I will say for the rest of you, you see like it's not just the purple glow traversing along the vines. The vines are actually turning purple, and some of them are starting to like smoke and burn in places, or just they are not doing healthy plant things.
Yeah. There's even like purple veins like starting to crawl up her neck.
Yep. All your hair starts to singe. It is not doing good things to you, my buddy.
Oh, amazing.
And so
Chloe, be careful!
it's actually in that moment, as this scream happens, that all of a sudden, just it's gone. All the energy is gone. The debris falls. You all kind of fall into the weird dust concrete floor. And for a second, you don't see Mr. Master anymore. And it's maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30. But then he does reappear, floating up above you, up by one of the catwalks. Well. That was interesting indeed. I think that you all will serve rather nicely.
We'll see about that. Guys, get out of here. And Flint's going to unleash his ultimate power. His moment of truth.
Yeah. So if you would like to read that out for us,
No.
and then we can say what you're actually doing here.
Yes. Wait, where does that exist?
In
Where
your
does that live?
playbook. So you may need to open the PDF. If you
yeah.
need to get it, I've got it open if you would rather.
Would you mind? Because
Yep.
my links got disconnected.
Also on your character sheet, if you click on there's moment of truth, and if you click on the box, it gives you the text.
Yes. If we click on unlock your moment of truth.
This is what you do best. You let loose all the pent-up strength and rage and glee, and you break whatever stands in your way. You're a walking demolition crew. What can stand up to you? Nothing. Not buildings, not structures, not enemies, nothing. Of course, now the people who change you know exactly where to find you. Yeah, so Flynt is going to go at Mr. Master and bring this whole place down on top of him.
Yeah. So for the folks at home, when a player unlocks and uses their moment of truth, they basically get to dictate what happens next narratively in that moment, with some input from the GM to make sure it's not completely broken, not necessarily in the like OP sense, because this is meant to be OP. But yeah, so
I imagine Flynt has been like kind of pinpointing the structural weaknesses of this place, like seeing where all the debris is coming from and what actually needs to stand to keep this place up. And he's got like a supply of debris now, and he's gonna start just like first, like he's gonna chuck it at the beam that like this guy's standing on the catwalk as that like starts to fall, and then he's just gonna start like ripping out wall places and like look back at you guys and be like, I told you guys, get out of here. As the building's just starting to like crumble, like outside there's like giant smokestacks that are like starting to waver, and like the bricks on the tops are like starting to crumble down, and like this entire place is just kind of imploding on itself.
Yeah, and I will say there's just a complete collapse of debris between the three of you and Flynt. So getting to him would be almost impossible without also getting crushed by the building. So
yeah, I think Subrina starts to go like after Flynt. Everything falls down, and she's like, just like grabs Chloe by the waist and just starts flying away with Kevin. Hopefully.
Yeah, I was gonna. If you guys didn't leave, I was gonna drag you out. So
yeah,
I was gonna say Chloe needs to be carried out of here for more reasons than just she can't fly.
No. Yeah.
So
also, like, because he's pretty sure Mr. Master's just going to try and get out of here anyway, he wants to like get like a big sheet of metal and like just wrap him up in a big cuddle and cuddle him as this place falls down.
cuddling is the thing he does best. Also,
He's
holy
such
shit,
a good hugger.
I forgot this is a firework factory.
Yep. So,
We're gonna
as
Jason Todd this shit. No.
as the debris continues to fall, the three of you make it out, and from your perspective, I guess they must have somehow missed this when they were cleaning out the factory initially, but there do start to be some explosions of fireworks, and some are angled such that they're shooting up into the sky. Flynt, inside, you get the sheet metal, you basically charge through some fireworks that are setting off. You're basically running across and jumping over Roman candles, which kids don't do this at home. Oh my God, do not do that. But Flynt's tough. He's a werewolf. He can take it. You're bursting through fireworks as they are bursting around you. You get the sheet metal, and Mr. Master seems like he's about to either zoom up and away or just disappear, but you get up on him and wrap the sheet metal around him. He looks at you. Again, you get the sense that the face is turning towards you. So this is how you choose to be, puppy.
I'm not a puppy. I'm a wolf.
And from outside, the last of the tall structures collapse down, and it's like a fireworks finale is going off. It is uncomfortably close for you all being this close to the fireworks, but I also imagine you don't want to go too far away in this moment.
Nope. I think we're all just yelling at the fire. Does that sound right? No!
But it is as these fireworks are going off and you begin to see other, in the distance, other flying caped figures begin to approach, that we are going to end this session. And so let me turn on the happy music again. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I know we ran late, but this is unfortunately Tyler's last game with us, so we had to go out with a bang. All right, so we loved having you here with us, Tyler. We're sorry to see you go.
Of course. May be back on other occasions, but for now, schedules and all. But I'm very happy that you let me have some fun here.
Yeah, and we're so glad you were able to join us. Let's see. We will do our start and end of session stuff still, and you will still go ahead and do this, Flynt, just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
So we've got the start and end of session stuff, and don't forget to think about your stars and wishes as well. I know it's been a month and a half since we've done them, so again, stars, something awesome that another player at the table did tonight, either in character or out of character, and a wish is something you want to see happen next time. But for the end of every session, you choose one. You grow closer to the team, you grow into your own image of yourself, or you grow away from the team. Who would like to go first?
Sure. I mean, I feel like Flynt grew into a image of himself here. Just trying to be the hero, and like he was definitely not in a good place to begin with, but then he realized that like what he wants to do is stand up to guys like this. So that's what he wants to do.
He's not a puppy. He's a wolf.
So yeah.
So you can shift your labels as you wish. And then if you've got your stars and wishes, please tell us.
Star, honestly, the thing that stands out is LB. Wow, I'm all choked up, guys. LB, you're just like acting with being so frightened by the master. Like, or Mr. Master, or whatever his name is, like that really set a very good tone and mood for the entire situation. So Good job. My wish is for you guys to mourn Flynt the Silver Wolf's loss, because he's definitely gone forever and will never come back.
We could hear.
But also,
Janae from the other
but also
room.
send flowers and chocolate.
Make a donation to the Wolf Preserve
Yes.
of Northern California.
Yeah.
In lieu of flowers.
Yeah.
And
Also,
especially in lieu of chocolate.
In lieu of flowers, Flynt would like you to howl at the moon.
Oh.
Thank you.
Chat does very strongly disagree with Flynt being dead. Apparently, you don't get to decide that, Tyler. Anyway, we'll see, I guess. Okay. Thank you. Who would like to go next?
I'll go. There's 3 of us and 1 of you, Tyler. You can wish for Flynt to be dead, and the 3 of us will outwish your wish.
Dang, I've been had.
Yeah, my wish is that Flynt isn't dead. Like, he's out there somewhere, either like in a coma or, you know, like he's got a new like alter ego to protect his friends. He's the bad wolf now. Ooh. Yeah, that's my wish. My star, it's mini golf. This game, every single time we just like, I'm all like, yeah, superhero game, and then we always wind up doing some sort of domestic shit, and it's always the best. I love it every time ever. Soup stores, mini golf, keep it up. Let's do this. This is the best. That was my stars and wishes. I jumped the gun on account of the fact that Tyler tried to kill off his character. What was the other thing that I need to do?
Grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team.
I think I grew closer to the team. I feel like Chloe and Kevin really connected today.
Alright, so I'm assuming Kevin already has influence over you. If that's the case, you get to
No,
shift.
I have influence over Kevin. Somehow.
Okay, but well. Okay,
I'm gonna
but so he now has influence over you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Kevin influence.
Yes. Okay, and you also get to either clear a condition or mark potential.
Let's mark potential because that's gonna put me over.
All right.
And conditions aren't that bad for me, actually. They're actually kind of good.
Yeah. Trying to think if we should do your doomed stuff because didn't really have a chance to deal with your nemesis, but that's also partially on me.
I think I definitely overused my powers, though.
Yeah, so that is going to mark your doom track.
Doom track, doom track, doom track.
All right. Okay. Very good.
All right, don't let me next. I guess a subsequent wish, because I feel like the Flynt thing goes without saying. Don't let me forget that I went shopping. I'll remember what that means.
I was gonna write it down, but I was like, Alex has this. Alex got it.
I mean, it's going in bold in my notes.
Thank you.
All right.
That's it for me.
Thank you. Who's next?
Sure. I see. I'm indicated. So, I think the only one I can choose is grow closer to the team. And this one didn't really do anything to grow away from the team, and I don't think I did anything to really do an own image of myself. But I think Flynt. Yeah, the heart to heart on I broke up with.
He trusts
Subrina.
you.
Yeah. I definitely grew closer to the team. So there's that, and I will clear a condition, even though everything about the gamer in me says to mark a potential. But I have 3 conditions. So.
Yeah, no. Playing the Nova in LB's Masks game on Sundays, it's a very fine balance. Well, for most people, you do want to clear the conditions. For the Nova, it's like, do I want them? Do I? Anyway, but yes, I get that 100%.
So I will clear hopeless.
All right. And your stars and wishes.
Oh.
Should we come back to you?
Star. Yeah, go ahead and come back on the stars and wishes.
All
Trying to
right.
think about it.
LB, you ready?
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna be petty and say that I grew away from the team so I can take influence away from Flynt because he broke up with me, and we were gonna get back together at some point, but you had to go and Jason Todd me, and that's fine.
I love you too.
So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna take the influence over me away from him. And then stars and wishes. Stars. I really like the soup scene and the whole tangent we went off of for that. I just like our tangents. I mean the scary bad like the villain making the villain really scary was really good too, Alex. Amazing. And then wishes, again, I want Jason Todd, I want Flynt to come back. It's like with a scar on his face and being all badass later. He uses guns now for no reason. But I think a wish for Subrina. I think we need to have like an actual mourning moment. Like I think the team needs to have that moment to mourn his death, and like this is the first actual loss of life that we've had as a group, and something we're gonna have to deal with.
All right. Thank you. Okay, David, you got your stars and wishes?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Star. The breakup scene. It was great. I loved it. It was very entertaining. It was very teenage, and yeah, and to those who saw, yes, I was laughing through most of it as it was entertaining, and that's how I express interest in things that are entertaining. But
that's why I stopped looking at the screen, you asshole.
But and then wishes. Oof. Yeah. Just some serious fallout over the supposed loss of whatever's going on, and also my AI did send a recording of the conversation up to that point to the paladins because I instructed him to do that if we started fighting. And I don't think the AI is smart enough to be like, let's hold off and see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll wait till he's dead before we send this.
Maybe. All right. That is very good for me to know. Thank you.
So yeah, just some good fallout from all that goodness.
Yeah. And then my star is for Flynt, but for the I'm moving scene and just how y'all dealt with that. Yeah, it was very good, and it led into the soup stuff and the domestic stuff, which is always great because it's it's always like I just let y'all go with it, and then it's like, well, this is where we ended up. And it's always good. And then my wish.
A good wish is some excitement for our new cast member who will be joining you guys shortly.
Yes. Yeah. So, though Tyler is leaving, we will be having a new cast member join us moving forward. So that's going to be fun and exciting. And my wish is for you all to jive with the new cast member. And there's also a sub wish just for the bro ships that were going on. Chat was very excited about it, but the Subrina and Chloe ship and the Kevin and Flynt ship, whether those are romantic or platonic, why don't both? I mean, what?
Just some dudes being pals, some gals hanging out,
Yeah. But yes. So yes. we will have to see how that all shakes out next time. But we have gone way over time this time. Apologies again. Just gonna power through the schedule changes. We've got tomorrow night. We've got Saturday night. Star Power. That's the name of that game. Check our Twitter and our Discord for when that's happening. Thursday, we've got a session 0 for season 3 of the Thirsty Thursday slot. Elegant Creatures. It's Urban Shadows plus Good Society. Gonna be very silly. So check us out as we do the Quiet Year for world building. Friday, Neon Souls. Saturday is Saturday Night's Mistborn. Sunday, Slam 101. Then back around to Monday for The Forgotten. And then we'll be back here on Tuesday, which will probably be the Burbs. Burbs. So you should see most of us here again in 2 weeks. We'll have a new face in place of Tyler, so you should check us out then. But until next time, thank you all for hanging out with me. Thank you, or us. Thank you to my players for letting me inflict such severe emotional trauma on you tonight. And until next time, everyone, good games and good night, Internet.